hit that piano.
We're live, man.
Oh.
I'm
We're back.
definitely not muted. I was not talking while I was muted. That did not happen. Hello. We're here. We're here, boys. It's time.
Man, guys, we're back.
Episode 2 of the best show on HBO right now. The best
it's
show.
great. This show's amazing. What are you talking about?
This
Streets are
was so
saying this is the
good.
best thing that they've dropped in a long time. That's what the streets are saying. Or at least that's what Mighty Keith said the streets are saying. The streets are saying that Lanterns is a really good show. That's what they're saying. You know, if you have all the taste of a frog with no tongue.
Yeah,
Bro,
I feel like
I don't-
if you like, eating dirt, I think Lanterns is a great palate cleanser. Yeah, it's so good. I just love eating asphalt. Yeah,
In
I
a
love
sea of
Lanterns.
shit, and diarrhea from India. This one just came from San Francisco, so it's not as terrible as shit as the other one, but it still is shit.
So today's a really interesting day because this morning we had the finale to the show The Westies. Now, Kate, I don't think you watched that, and that's okay. But The Westies was this MGM show,
Oh, that's why I haven't.
and it
watched
was excellent. It was an excellent show with an excellent finale. We just posted a review for it. And you know what? To follow that up and how like every episode of that show was a banger, and you follow that up with Lanterns, where the dialogue is so disjointed, it doesn't feel like real conversations. This show is so hateful, they can't even make the conversation sound like real humans speaking.
no.
It all sounds like just exposition dialogue. That's all it sounds like. It doesn't sound organic at all. It just sounds like we need to say these things so that the audience can understand what's happening. That's all it sounds like.
I'm really starting to believe if you're advocating for this show to like we're only 2 episodes in. And if you're saying like you like this is the best show or like you're really enjoying this, you're a bot or you're lying. I like there's not enough here to be able to say that this you're loving this show. The conversations they don't flow. They're not connected.
Wizard, you're forgetting about the audience that seal claps at jangling keys. This is right up their alley. You're forgetting about the people that clap with their hands and feet like a baby when watching anything on the screen. This is some key jangling if they've ever seen it. And they say swear words. It's edgy. They say the F they say the F word every like 5 seconds.
They opened
a
with
lot of-
3.
Cock and balls as well. Y'all
There's
don't like
straight
cock and
meat.
balls? Y'all don't
Yeah.
like alien cock and balls? Y'all don't like that?
You don't want to see
Not
straight meat.
particularly.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to see because this feels like a show for people with the mentality of a child, but now watching it, they think they're an adult because they use swear words and there's nudity and it's a really deep, it's a deep mystery, guys. If you don't understand it, that means you're dumb. Like I could see people trying to peddle this as like a pseudo Rick and Morty, where it's like if you didn't enjoy it, you're just not smart. You're just not too smart.
The aliens are uncircumcised. What did they mean by this?
Ooh. Ooh.
I had to go through to see what time step the meat showed up. Okay, I know what
Yeah.
time step to avoid.
So we don't
good.
actually show the unnecessary cock and balls that this show had.
You didn't want to see the dick and balls on screen? Come on.
And I can't confirm, Chad. It is uncircumcised. So what the hell's going
Yeah.
on with that?
we
weird.
can see it through your glasses.
I
I hope y'all didn't see it. It's on my second
That'd be
monitor.
funny.
it,
That
it,
would
it,
be very funny.
that scene was there. You could have shot that scene without needing to show anything. Like that was the most like Game of Thrones of like, well, we're just gonna throw some meat in there. I don't know.
You have to remember This is a DC James Gunn production. There always has to be some nasty shit in every episode. I wouldn't be surprised
right.
if in the next episode there's also some nasty thing. Like we're gonna find out that the reason Hal Jordan and Sinestro really have beef is because they used to be lovers.
Yes!
He did. He was talking about him in his sleep. He was
Yes.
talking about him in his sleep.
was-
That
He was
sounds.
dreaming about Sinestro.
He's
So,
dreaming
I don't know.
Sinestro. He might be Hal
Hey,
Jordan. He might be a little.
And that's why he's so jaded. Is he had a lot. That's why he's so angsty. Is he had to lock up his gay alien
man.
lover.
Yo, they're
I-
gonna do Hal Jordan like that? Really, man?
I mean, they've already been shitting on him since the show started, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Every single conversation in this show doesn't feel like it's a real conversation, but it's also really, really negative. Like this show is not happy that it's on TV. It's not. There is no joy to be found in this show a little bit.
It's 100% because it's like split between. All right, we have scenes where like you could actually have the characters, engage with each other, maybe, open up a little bit, that you start to like these characters, but we don't get that. And then instead we get really awkward cringe scenes.
And
Like
then
several of them.
the other interactions they have are just all negative. Like
Yes.
Top and Hal, negative. Jon Stewart and Hal, negative. Besides when Jon Stewart is looking at the granny lot lizard again. That's when it's not a negative. Oh no, that one is still also negative.
Still-
because it
it's
starts
still
getting
negative.
into the
It gets into
racial and
race,
gender
yeah.
politics.
That's right.
It's all just
Yeah.
negative. That's all.
Yeah, John.
It's everything about this show is hateful. It's hate-filled. This is a hate-filled show for stupid people. Like this is for stupid people. If you're loving this, if you're slurping this up, and it doesn't, it is mystery boxed to death. Like I don't know. I don't know how you like watch this and then say I'm excited to keep watching. You know what I mean? Like there's no reason to be excited for the next thing, especially since we know, spoiler alert, Hal Jordan's dead. So anything that's happening here it feels inconsequential because he's dead. What's there to look to? How he died?
I think.
The Sinestro love story, the backstory. is pretty great.
That's right.
Yeah, because then now that's why Sinestro's got beef with Jon Stewart. Is he allowed his lover to die? If Jon Stewart's got the ring, that means Hal's not around anymore. Now he's got beef with him. So that's a great stuff. No, I the fact that this is supposed to tie into like the greater DC universe, and the DC universe is still supposed to be like age appropriate. It's like, all right, this show you can't show to kids at all. Like at all.
This is the same problem with Peacemaker though.
No, but like
And
Peacemaker.
Supergirl.
Peacemaker was like, all right, that was his weird thing. This could have been a more, you could have it be a little more intense, but like, it is strictly like, this is for adults, but not in the way that it's actually adult themes. It's the adultness of being mature and edgy and saying swears every other word. It feels millennial. It feels millennial coded. They drop F-bombs every
bit.
3 words. It's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, this is edgy now. We're saying the F word. We're saying the fuck word, and that's how you know we're serious. It's
Hey.
like,
Boss.
ugh, look at that meat. Yeah.
White people.
Yeah. Yeah.
For the
Where's
second
your
episode
white
in a
person?
row.
Yeah.
Where's
Hey,
your
white
white
people.
person? Hey.
He's like, oh, what,
Man.
my honky? He's down the road. Yeah.
The evil white man.
All right. Do we think any further here that Macon is supposed to be, and guys, we have an article that we're gonna cover together. We are gonna go scene by scene. We're kind of just really getting into this because this is insane how terrible this is. But do we think that Macon is a JD Vance allegory any further?
I mean, no, maybe.
I don't know.
Looking at the way that the granny looks now, she definitely looks like she's like, Indian or whatever. So it's like,
Oh, she is Indian.
like I can see it there. But we have to see. We'll have to see. If they do, we just have to see. You gotta keep watching this some more.
I think it's a little too early. If I'm waiting for the scene, because they've already they kind of set up that it's like, Macon is going to try to make a power play for the town where he's going to rile them up. When he has the speech in front of the whole town to get your pitchforks and knives about the evil aliens, that's when it's just going to be it. And I think we're going to get that scene. I have a strong hunch we're going to get that scene because they kind of already set it up in this episode when they're talking in the hospital. But when that happens, that will be the confirmation of, all right, is this going to be this character insert for X political candidate?
It's
Right.
definitely gonna have their immigration allegory. Like I think I already see exactly where the show was gonna go when it comes to that storyline. And it's gonna annoy everybody because it's going to be that the granny, she's gonna be the manhunter, obviously.
That's right.
That's why her husband is so hell bent on making sure that these aliens don't come here and get her because that's his lady or whatever. And
It's
gonna
almost
turn
too
out-
obvious.
Yeah, it's very obvious. That's why it might be a red herring, but I don't think they're that smart.
And then
Right.
because the manhunters are misunderstood.
Yep, they're going to be the misunderstood ones, and it's going to be the ones that are chasing them that are the real bad guys. It's going to be the Green Lantern Corps that are the real bad guys. It's going to be the Guardians that are the real bad guys. That's exactly how it's going to be. That's
So,
what's going to happen.
but then also we've got, and again, guys, we are going to go through scene by scene, so this will make a lot more sense in just a few minutes. But that would mean that Hal Jordan was the one who was supposed to get rid of the Manhunter, but then didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Brought the Manhunter to Nebraska? And then why? Like, wouldn't he immediately know that whoever the benefactor involved is there is probably the Manhunter that he spared? If that was the case,
Hal didn't. It was the
Abin
lantern
Sur.
before him,
Abin
and
Sur.
yeah.
It was
Abin
Abin
Sur had
Sur.
the-
Okay.
the Manhunter. Right, and they're saying that the Manhunter killed him, and then that's how how Jordan got the ring. But it's still stupid because if you got the ring and you got there, you see a dead lantern, you didn't investigate any further. You just left it at that. So it's either A, you did investigate and left things as they were due to some kind of conspiracy with the Guardians or whatever, or B, you're incompetent, terrible at your job, and you're a dumbass.
Do you know how we know we can narrow down that Grandma Lot Lizard is the Manhunter? Because we're on episode 2 of an 8-episode show. The mystery of who the Manhunter is has already been established, and you don't really have a ton of room to introduce a new character in the next episode without them being immediately the Manhunter. So it has to be either the sheriff, detective, girl boss lady, or Grandma Lot Lizard. Like, that's who you're reduced down to. It can only be one of those two people to be the Manhunter. That's it.
Unless they save it for the very end and then just reveal who it is. And it's like somebody that wasn't even in the show the whole show. Or
That's going to be crazy if that's what it is.
It's gonna actually be the sheriff's child, and they're harboring the child, and now you're the villain for wanting to kill a kid.
Wait! They might do that.
Oh, it's going to be the boy?
They might do the
no,
boy. They
no,
might
no.
say it's the boy. Hold on, I gotta refresh my memory. Hey, look, when in doubt, Google it out. Okay, we have to see about the Manhunters and their aging. Because if that is the case,
They're not gonna. If they do that, it wouldn't make
No.
any sense because it would. If
It
that
would.
was the case, then no, because then the sheriff wouldn't be. The sheriff would be on Macon's side much more if it was it was her kid, because then it would
So-
be Hal Jordan. You need to get away because you're in jeopardy. Like there'd be that back mind of it's like, oh, this guy may steal my child away from me because he's an alien.
Well,
I
that's
don't
his
think
I
they're
don't
gonna
think
go
it's
that
going to be
route.
the kid.
It's not going to be the kid.
There's no way it can't be Grandma Lot Lizard or the sheriff. I mean, it could be the sheriff because they had she has such a rapport with Hal Jordan, and that seems unnatural. It seems unnatural for them to be able to talk the way that they do unless they've already known each other, or at least unless she already knows him or something in that way.
What if the twist is the entire town are manhunters, and that's why everything is why there's nobody in the hospitals and all the medical equipment is fake. The entire town is fake. They're all manhunters. They're secretly spreading and breeding.
All the manhunters are here.
All the manhunters are here. It's comic accurate, It's from issue, Green Lantern number 222. The evil manhunters versus the Green Gilf Hunter.
well, we
It's
already know
in the
that
comics. It's
it's-
in the comics.
that's how we already know that it's going to be that the Guardians are the bad guys because they're manhunters. That's the Guardians thing. It's not like the Martians, like the Martian Green. Like the Martian Manhunter.
Right.
He's a Martian. He's not like an actual manhunter. You know what I mean? So it's obviously going to be that the Guardians are the bad guys, and it's going to be all these things going on. But we have to see exactly how this works. Like I'm truly lost. I'm truly lost on how they're going to explain a lot of stuff. If it was being more comic accurate and more lore accurate to things that are happening, like when Jon Stewart goes to Hal Jordan's house and for some reason he has 3 physical suits of a Green Lantern suit. Like I don't know how you fucking do that because the suit is a construct. But anyway, if they were being
not
more
in this show.
fine,
Not in this show.
not at all. Because this name is only Lanterns in name only, and in green, because he has the ring. That's it.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
yeah.
All right.
I got a
Guys,
lot.
we have got an article we're going to talk through because it came up. Kata sent this over, and I saw it as well. We were like, we got to talk about this on stream after the episode. And especially now that we've seen the episode, we can, we're 2 episodes into Lanterns. I think this is a really good time to talk through this. So, Tom, let's get over and get to the news.
Let's do it. Lanterns, Damon Lindelof weighs in on 2026's adaptation wars. Shouldn't we be beyond this by now? From the Odyssey to Resident Evil and Lanterns creative licenses has fans up in arms, but Lindelof isn't surprised. No, he's not surprised that people are hating it. In fact, he probably enjoys it. But let's
You mean
let's-
the guy that wrote the Watchmen show that basically had shit all to do with actual Watchmen doesn't care about being lore accurate? What?
Oh, and
Can we
when
go back
and
to
when
that
the-
It's
headline?
awful.
when the creators of the thing go, man, yeah, I really don't like it, he then goes on Twitter to go, oh, I'm so sorry. God, I'm really sorry.
Sorry.
He did it. He's done it multiple times now.
Can we see the headline again? Because I need y'all to see just how arrogant these people are. Shouldn't we be beyond this by now? Like, how arrogant do you have to be to adapt something and then do a shitty adaptation of that thing, and then the fans of that thing call you out for it and then go, you should be over this, okay? We're just using it because it says the name and y'all like the name. Like, who are you to tell fans that they should be over you bastardizing the thing that they love? That would be like Ryan Johnson's dumbass coming out like y'all should be over The Last Jedi, even though that just completely destroyed everything about Star Wars. No, you're writing things that are against what people like, and y'all have to stop pretending like people can't like these things. And it's always just the things that others like and not the things that they like. Because if it was something that Damon Lindelof liked or whatever, and it was like an adaptation, and it was a poor adaptation, he would have a fucking fit. Like what is something that he wrote? Wasn't he a part of Lost? Did he not help write
He
Lost?
did. He worked on Lost.
It was
He
Lost
he
something.
did. He's the executive producer on Prometheus, the Alien prequel. He did Watchmen. He did Lanterns, of course. The Leftovers, which I don't think got a proper finale. Also, that wasn't that good. Tomorrowland, Disney's Tomorrowland, and then of course Star Trek Into Darkness and Star Trek 2009, the 2 Star Trek movies.
I think I'm
He was
frozen,
involved with those.
but this guy's opinion doesn't mean jack shit to me.
He
pretty
wrote
sure I'm
Cowboys
frozen.
and Aliens, Kata. This is the think tank
Oh,
behind Cowboys and Aliens.
Cowboys and
one hit.
Aliens.
Okay, one almost hit. Good job. All right.
Yeah.
No, but
Holy
you're
fuck. Okay.
you are
I better-
completely correct. Of it's just like, what, you're still upset that we killed your favorite character? Come on, we've been doing this for years now. You're still upset? That's a you issue, buddy. Shouldn't we be on this by now? Shouldn't we be beyond this? Yikes.
Well, this is okay. So if we're even just to take it at face value, right? If you just scroll back up, Tom, everything that's going on with and everything here, we see the Odyssey, Resident Evil, Lanterns, all of these different shows and properties and movies that people are calling out for not being entirely faithful. Like that's a serious problem.
It is a problem. You want to know what else
but-
is a problem? When I refreshed and came back, my browser came back. It was on the screen cap of the alien's dick. I don't know how that happened. I don't know why it was on the screen cap of the alien dick, but that's what happened. But yeah, you're right. It's a pattern. It is a pattern. I mean, all these things he's worked on that are adaptations of things or in part of like established lores and things like that. He simply does not give a fuck, bro. So it's like at that point, just stop trying to adapt things and just write your shitty fan fiction.
My question is, why is it okay to not honor the source material? You know, like their argument is like, well, we don't want to honor the source material. Well, it's like, well, why? And let's dig deeper into that. If you don't want to honor the source material, go tell a different story.
Yep.
Go do something else. Don't do Lanterns. Don't do Resident Evil. I'm not a big fan of Zach Krieger or I don't know how to Zach Kreger.
Something like
It's
that.
actually Krega. All right, it's
Krega. What like? But I'm actually not the biggest fan of him. I didn't care for Barbarian. The first half of the movie's good. The second half, not so much. Same thing with Weapons. I didn't like Weapons that much. So, like, he's taking on Resident Evil, and then he's admittedly saying it's not going to be Resident Evil, honoring the source material fully. Like, well, why is that? And why is that okay? Because it's not okay. We shouldn't just be okay with it. You're replacing, really. I mean, there's like the replacement of history angle to it, but you're replacing the source. That's what you're trying to do. Replace the source material. Because there are going to be dummies who watch the Lantern show and think that's what a Green Lantern is, and they're never going to watch Justice League or Justice League Unlimited, the animated shows. They're never going to see the real John Stewart. They're never going to pick up a John Stewart comic book or Hal Jordan comic book. They're never going to know how good it really was. They're going to look at Aaron Pierre, whose performance is that of a wet mop. And I don't know if that's his fault, because I know he can act, but the writing for him is simptacularly boring.
And they have him be just this angry, miserable guy to like everybody but the fucking grandma, and it doesn't make me want to like the character, bro. It makes him come off as an asshole. And it doesn't really work for me, especially knowing John Stewart. It doesn't work. So it's just like, I don't know. Well, I do know why they keep taking all these established things and then making them shitty fan fictions. It's because if they don't put the name up there, people aren't going to check for it. That's just how it goes. If this didn't say Lanterns and this was just your generic, sci-fi cop drama, people would not give a shit. They wouldn't
No.
care. So they had to put the term Lanterns on it so they could try to make you care. That's all it is.
Yeah, the opening of this episode is the moment where you could have had these characters get a little bit of a better rapport, and therefore you as the viewer start to like these characters. You could have had a moment where they start to open up a little bit, but no, they just are miserable to each other, and it ends.
Yeah.
That's the first scene should have been where, oh, they're starting to open up now, and now you can see where this, like, it's starting to it's the beginning of it. We're only 2 episodes deep, but you can start to see their dynamics start to develop. No, they're still going to be miserable to each other and swearing, and it's you want fun? We're not here to have fun.
And they're only going to do that until the very last moment, and then they're going to try to pretend that these characters care about each other.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they were friends all along, and yeah, they've grown to like each other. And Jon Stewart is sad that Hal Jordan's dead. That's not going to happen. But I don't understand here is they want you to walk away from each episode with an affinity for Jon Stewart. They want you to like Jon Stewart because he's going to continue as Green Lantern because Hal Jordan's dead. So they want you to be to get attached to Aaron Pierre's Green Lantern.
Yep.
But they don't give you any reason to like him.
No.
John Cena's Peacemaker is a billion times more likable than Aaron Pierre's Jon Stewart.
And it 100%, and that comes down to John Cena is super charismatic, but Aaron Pierre in this is given he's given a brick to work with.
Yeah.
Like this is a situation where it's like even if you were to interchange a different actor, they would probably be hitting the same hiccups of the script does not lend itself to any likability. Having the character just be a miserable person the entire time and only open up to who's definitely going to be the evil lot lizard is not a compelling character. You could give it to any actor and it wouldn't work. So it's unfortunate. It's just bad writing in this instance.
And it's not just Jon Stewart either. They're making me dislike Hal Jordan because he's more of it. He's being unnecessarily assholish. Like it's a lot more packed on to there. Like he's just an ass to everybody. And I'm so tired of the grovel, old man, miserable shit. I'm so tired of that. I'm so tired of the nihilism when it comes to my heroes. I want to see my hero be a fucking hero. So when I see Hal Jordan just being a dick to everybody, Jon Stewart being a dick to everybody besides that granny, even the cop lady being a dick, everybody's just mean. I don't want to keep seeing that, bro. It's so just demoralizing, and it's not good. It's not good TV to watch. It doesn't have me interested. It doesn't have me going, oh, these are good characters. It just has me going, everybody's an asshole. I don't like that.
So there's another angle to this that I want to talk through. We covered the first episode. We watched the first episode. We now have the ratings back for the first episode. Okay, we see here that despite the backlash, I'm reading from Yahoo News here. Despite the backlash, Lantern's massive viewership is almost as good as The Penguin, and this is reported August 21st, 2026. Okay, so 9.3 million views during the first 3 days on HBO and HBO Max for the first episode. Okay, so remember that. So 9.3 million views, 3-day opening. If we look over at history, Star Wars The Acolyte viewership premiered with 4.8 million views in its first 24 hours, reaching 11.1 million global views after 5 days. So Acolyte and Lanterns are doing the same numbers. But they're saying this is amazing. Now I understand. Now they're the flip side is they're saying like, oh well, this is really great in comparison to HBO Max's numbers. HBO needs to be doing more, and this is a milestone for the HBO Max platform. This show is not cheap. These shows are not cheap to make. So we're in the Acolyte territory. The Acolyte was canceled. My question to you guys is, do you think the viewership is going to go up or down for episodes 2 and 3? Because I can't see people sticking around.
It's definitely going down for sure, especially after this episode. Because they don't really give you too much in like anticipation to look forward to, unless you're a comic guy. Like you're like, oh, I want to see Sinestro, right? You know, I want to see what Sinestro is going to be talking about or something like that. You know, maybe we can find out what's going on with the Manhunters. But for me, I don't really see this like hooking a normie audience. I think it's going to go down. Now, it might go up at the finale, obviously, because it's the finale. But I don't know if it'll keep going up. If it does keep going up, I would be surprised. I'll be honest. I would be surprised.
I think this is going to be, unless the next episode has a big thing happen, which probably won't. I think we're going to see it going to go, and then they will do. I do suspect that maybe episode 4 through 6, in one of those episodes, there's going to be some type of reveal that people are going to put on Twitter, and it's going to be like, this show's amazing, and that will be a quick uptick of people seeing it. But I think we're going to see just a gradual decline because you started it off with killing Hal Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
So how many people right off of episode 1 are going, I'm not coming back, screw you guys? Like, there is going to be a large amount of people that say, screw this, I'm done.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't think it's going to be going up by any means. I think it may be a slow downtick, but I think it will be a downtick regardless.
Well, if they don't report it themselves, then that's your sign right there. Because it was them who reported, oh my gosh, we had these massive numbers, 9.3 million minutes, or 9.3 million views, not minutes. So, look, I mean, that's a lot of views. But is this show going to hold? And after this episode, like after episode 2 that we're just getting through now, who's excited for this? Why would you be excited for this? It is a nasty, negative experience. It's not fun. There is no fun to be found here, but it's also not as serious as something like True Detective, because this doesn't take itself seriously. True Detective does. So this is like the worst of the worst. But anyway, with that, any last thoughts before we get back to the people?
Can we see exactly what it is that Damon Lindelof said, so we can?
Oh yeah, let's get to the let's look at the quote.
Let's see, where's the quote?
Right there.
We all just have to acknowledge that there is a level of hubris involved in taking on any of these pre-existing IP, but it is called adaptation. Source material is supposed to change and evolve by definition. As a consumer and as someone who's making this stuff...
Pause. That's not true.
Can you read that? I don't think I heard you. I don't think.
It is called adaptation. Source material is, in italics, supposed to change and evolve by definition.
No, I don't. That's they're justifying. They're justifying making changes, but destroying the source material.
If they have been constantly doing this whole stupid, well, it's an adaptation thing. This is now they're finishing the sentence now. It was always, oh, it's an adaptation. The source material is there. They're now going into the second part of that. We're finally seeing that sentence being finished by these people. It's supposed to change. It's an adaptation. They're supposed to change it. No. No.
But it is
No.
called an adaptation. Source material is supposed to change and evolve by definition. Okay, so
Says
let
who?
me.
Who
Okay,
is the
but wait.
arbiter
Ready?
of allowing that change though?
Maybe it gets better. As a consumer and as someone who's making this stuff, there's almost a responsibility to take risks. That's not true. I don't think anybody wants to see you be completely and totally vigilant. I don't think anybody wants to see you be completely and totally vigilant to the source material, because then it isn't an adaptation at all. Shouldn't we be beyond this conversation by now? It can't be a 1-for-1 or else it's not an adaptation.
See, this is the shit that bugs me with these fucking idiots, because they think they're so, like, these people think they're so fucking smart. Like that you can see the hubris is coming off from this quote. Like, oh, shouldn't we be past this by now? You know, it's supposed to change. Okay, everybody has made the concession that you cannot do a 1-to-1 exactly for everything. Of course, you have to change certain things for the liberty of different mediums, you know, like from book to screen. You have to be able to change something, right? But you have to stay within the spirit of the thing that you're adapting. That's why the Lord of the Rings movies work so well, because yes, they change a shit ton of stuff, but you never watch those movies and go, this isn't something that Tolkien wouldn't have written, or does not feel like, you know, Lord of the Rings or any of these other things. It still feels like the thing they're adapting. So when he comes out and he goes, well, it's supposed to change. If it's a 1-to-1, then it's not an adaptation at all. No, it quite literally would be an adaptation. It would be exactly what it is that we want to see.
You know, there's Tom, go ahead, then I have something I got to say.
Damon Lindelof is the millennial burger places of writers. That's all that line right there reads as flannel shirt with the curly mustache, and he's telling you about their truffle burgers.
Damn.
That am I wrong though? Am I wrong though?
Man,
That's all I can think is the stupid "We Are Young" song at the high chairs with the bottomless fries and the shareables.
Jesus.
We're the spirit of a burger place, but a little bit different. We like to adapt here. That's what he is. That's what he is.
Street tacos are $35 a taco.
He goes on too. There's more.
It gets worse because, like, he's using adaptation in a different, like, definition. He's using, like, the actual adapt definition where you have to change and adapt to situations, right? Not the adaptation of a one thing to another thing. So this guy he's trying to pretend like he's so fucking smart, bro. I can't stand people like this. Like,
there's something. Look, we did our review of episode 1 right after it aired. We're live here now for episode 2. In that time, okay, there has been a lot of people online that have had the sentiment of, well, Hal Jordan is still alive for 7 more episodes, so why are you upset that he's dead? You still get 7 more episodes of Hal Jordan. He'll be alive for those 7 episodes. Why do you care? And I frame it that way because a couple of weeks ago I was confronted by somebody who didn't like the content that I'm making, and the argument, which went on for over an hour. And this was in person at an event, and it was a confrontation. Somebody came to find me to confront me on videos that I make, and the sentiment really boiled down to from this person was that they didn't like the way that I was saying things, but then also their argument kind of fell into, you still have the old stories, we now get the new stories. It's literally not for you anymore. You can't have it anymore. It's not yours. It's mine now. So yeah, if you enjoy the old Star Wars, like, yeah, they're still there for you to enjoy. Same thing with Green Lantern here. You still have the version of Hal Jordan in the comic books that you can enjoy. You still have Jon Stewart for you to enjoy, but everything else I can enjoy now. This is mine over here, and if you don't like it, well then it's just not for you. And I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around these ideas, because what that really boils down to, and this was an argument in person that this happened, and I was wearing the Wizard stuff. And what that really boils down to is the thing that I guess we've really been talking about for the last, I mean, really all summer, is that it's replacement. And that's how they're framing it. They're framing it as, oh, well, you can have yours over there, but everything moving forward that absolutely destroys the value of yours, that doesn't matter. It's mine now. This is ours now. You're gone.
And that comes through when you watch these things. That's why it feels so mean-spirited, because it feels like it's not for the people who actually like these characters or this world. It feels like it's for their peers. It feels like it's for them, like it's their own little project or whatever. And it's always a spiteful thing. Like, as you mentioned, it's like, oh, well, you still have the old things, I still have this and I have this. Why don't you just go watch the old things, And it's because for one, they don't like the old things. And for two, they have glee in the fact that the thing that you like is being destroyed. Dead. Like they love that fact. It's like new Star Trek fans. They love the fact that old Star Trek fans don't like the new stuff, because the stuff that before they don't like because you like it. So they revel in that fact. And the same thing is happening here.
It very much is that sensation of something that you'd see on a playground, of like a kid taking another kid's toy and being like, it's mine now. That is the sensation that we're seeing here. And it's the people that now have it are getting off on the fact that these people are upset now. And I scrolled down to read some more of it, and I think we need to go through it, because this is obscene. While some of these perpetual controversies are generated with financial and or political incentive in mind, Lindelof notes that...
I'm sorry, pause right there. That's the grifter. That's the grifter mentality, that you're not allowed to actually question us. If you're questioning us, you actually agree with us. You're lying about questioning us to stoke the flames of people online that are upset with us. I mean, that's the whole grift argument.
Yeah.
So if you disagree, you actually agree, but you're lying about disagreeing, which is crazy. That's crazy, but that's what they believe.
This from what I've read, this article is madness. It's mad. Lindelof notes that such grievances are partially tied to Hollywood's habit of returning to the same wells. And though consumers claim to want more brand new experiences like Obsession, the numbers continue to show that branded entertainment still rules the day. Whose fault is that?
You can't use this argument that, established things are going to work because they're established. If you wrote something new and it was good, then people would go watch it. Just like he said, Obsession. People liked that, so they went out to watch it. Like, let's use the MCU, for example, right? Because we have, not Endgame, fucking Doomsday coming out at the end of this year. What did they do? They realized that all the new stuff that they brought out wasn't working. So they brought back the old stuff. But they never stopped and asked, why did the new stuff not work? Because you wrote terrible stories with terrible characters, and it didn't resonate with the people that were watching it. Had you done something that had you wrote these characters and these stories to be very good, you wouldn't have to go back to the well of established things, because you would have your new thing. So he can't sit here and go, oh, well, branded entertainment is still going. Even though Obsession is like one of the highest grossing original films in forever, that doesn't matter. People just want their established thing. Even though Scary Movie, 6? Didn't do jack shit at the box office.
Yeah, it didn't do anything.
And that was established.
Mandalorian didn't do anything.
The
Mandalorian didn't do anything.
That was established.
Supergirl didn't do nothing.
We've had multiple hits this year that were either just based off of books or original properties. Project Hail Mary was just a book.
Yeah,
Project Hail
and
Mary was a
it's
book.
a very recent book too.
Like, and that's one where it's like, if it wasn't tied to the MCU or the DC, it was a book adaptation. Not everyone who saw that movie saw the book. Sheep Detectives. You got there were plenty of movies.
Here's a list of some of the top grossing movies in 2026 as of right now. Okay, Michael, the Michael Jackson movie. That's technically a new thing. That's a biopic. Obsession, Project Hail Mary, based on a book. Backrooms. Okay, Hoppers.
Internet property.
That was a flop, but it's still in the top 20. Okay, and that's new. Disclosure Day is in the top 20.
Trash, but
Trash.
So,
End of lit. Everything else underperformed, or everything else flopped. This year has been really bad for the box office. Spider-Man is doing work. The Odyssey is doing work. It's the box office this year is mostly the top 7 movies. That's it. Everything else below it is like not making that much money, which furthers the idea that all the things that are unoriginal are not working.
yeah,
Yeah.
because all the original things are the things that are working. Besides, and you could even say that the Odyssey is still original, even though it's based off a very old story. That's pretty much an original thing. That's like the first big budget live action Odyssey movie. So
it's an original deconstruction, that's for sure.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And he's got a problem with it too. There's a fundamental grumbling and annoyance that we're still telling the same stories over and over and over again. But at the same time, we're hungry for something new, Lindelof says. And because we don't want to resolve or acknowledge that paradox in ourselves, we throw it onto the culture. It manifests itself in conversations about whether or not Odysseus is having enough sex.
Was that ever a conversation?
Maybe in Damon Lindelof's inner circles with his perverted Epstein friends list, in my humble opinion.
Like, does he not understand what people mean when they say they want something new? They're not necessarily saying that they need to see brand new stories that's never been told before. They're saying they need new, like, IPs and really good writing with those stories to go along with it. Now, you can say it's something completely original. You've never seen it before. It's going to be very hard to do nowadays, but it can still be done. But what they're saying is they don't want to keep seeing the same brands, the same IP over and over and over again, doing the same shit.
I'm just going to read these 2 paragraphs because this is what's boiling my blood. Thus, until the audience behavior truly shifts away from franchise stories, barring a few outliers each year, creators like Lindelof will keep utilizing creative license to reimagine the familiar in the most compelling ways possible. Nobody who does what we do goes to bed at night saying, all that I care about is whether or not I pissed off the fans. They go to bed at night going, did I do anything worthwhile creatively? Did I put anything authentically emotional into this story that people can relate to? Lindelof says. And the fact that we have to do it inside familiar IP most of the time is cost of doing business.
Oh
we
my
have
gosh.
to do it, guys.
What
We
did I
have
say
to
earlier?
do it. We have to.
What did I say earlier? There it is. That's quite literally where it is. They know that anywhere else, nobody's going to watch it. So they have to use established IPs in order to try to get these stories across. It's nothing but fucking fanfic. Yo, fuck these guys, dude.
And they have the audacity. They have the audacity to blame. It's the audience's behavior that we have to do this, guys. You're not seeing our crappy movie ideas, so we have to shove our crappy movie ideas in the thing that you love. It's the cost of doing business, guys.
It's the audience's fault that we wrote this story and it wasn't emotionally gripping to the audience. It's the audience's fault that we have these actors that don't know how to emote. It's the audience's fault that we keep calling them racist, sexist, bigots, and all this other stuff. It's the audience's fault and not our fault for writing these stories. This is what I meant earlier. These guys are so fucking pretentious. I would throw a shoe at the back of this dude's head, dude. You're so fucking up your own ass. You cannot see what the problem is. What you just did is the problem. He just blamed the audience for their failures. That's the problem.
We got to break this down line by line for a second here. So
Fucking
nobody who
hell.
does what we do goes to bed at night saying, all that I care about is whether or not I pissed off the fans. No, we reframe that though. You're not asking that question at all. You're actually not asking what do the fans have to say about this at all. That's not, so it's not a matter of did I piss off the fans. If we were to take that at face value and say that that was an honest regard, which it isn't. I believe they do go to bed thinking did I piss off fans today. I believe they get off on it. Specifically Lindelof, because he has some kind of strange I'm sorry, ooh, you got me, ooh, kind of like strange online fetish thing in my humble opinion, right? But you don't even think about the fans. You're not asking what do the fans think about this, and that's proven. They go to bed at night going, did I do anything worthwhile creatively? In the mindset of who? From whose perspective? Did I put anything authentically emotional into the story that people, that's it right there, that people can relate to? Which people? Who people? Who people? Who are the people that you're trying to creatively resonate with? Because it's not the audience that made this thing popular. It is not the audience that funded this to make it an intellectual property worth you hijacking. So you don't care about those people. You're specifically speaking to the people that live in your echo chamber. Okay, and then he says, and the fact that we have to do it inside familiar IP most of the time is the cost of doing business is an admission. It's firstly it is blaming the audience, but secondly, and I think the scarier side is they don't give a shit about what the thing is that they're writing for. Their beliefs of what is creatively compelling is more important than the actual IP that they represent and the audience that needs to be buying it. They cannot get their stuff made in other, they can't get original stuff made. It just isn't going to be done because no one's going to sign off on it because Hollywood it's too expensive to make anything in Hollywood today. So you're admitting to hijacking intellectual property that you can insert your own ideologies into. But the problem is we have gone so far past political ideology. It's no longer politics. It's no longer left or right politics. It's no longer it's no longer as simple as, hey, they did an Orange Man bad allegory now. We are getting to a place where the media that Hollywood is shipping is just anti-hope. It's anti-human. It's literally getting to a point of anti-human writing. It's not political in a sense. It is philosophical now. We've transcended. It's gotten worse. It is worse than political.
That's why I hate this whole statement is just an admission of everything everyone has been saying for 10 plus years, bro. Like what you said, like who are they trying to make these stories for? Like, did I put anything authentically emotional into the story that people can relate to? You did not write that for regular people. You know, you didn't make a movie like F1 where, you know, everybody can relate to that. A movie like Top Gun Maverick, a movie like Project Hail Mary. You know, like there's multiple, even Obsession. They're like, and even Spider-Man to a certain extent, you know, where it's like you can tell that the people behind this are writing it from a perspective that a regular person can understand and can get behind. Everything that they write is just nihilism. That's all it is. It's nihilism. It's not about being good. It's not about, you know, overcoming your obstacles. It's not about progressing forward and coming together. It's about deconstruction. It's about being sad. It's about it doesn't matter if this person is putting you down. You were great all along. You know, it's never about trying to come together and be better. It's just fucking nihilism. That's all it is.
You know, you think of the books and things you had to read when you were in like high school, right? Think of like Shakespeare. Think of how, and you look at Shakespeare, you're like, oh, how silly Shakespeare is, or how like, oh, this is like the lovey stuff is cringe, right? It's like No. If you really read into it, you could find in-depth discussion and exploration of human emotion.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's silly and lovey-dovey stuff. Okay, like sometimes it's theatrical and theater and all. Oh, it's so silly, right? Oh, they're wearing silly costumes. They talk with silly, but it's exploration of human expression, of human emotion. Fast forward to today and everything, we are no longer, it's no longer just corporatized product that they're shipping. You know, you look at something like Damon Lindelof right here did Tomorrowland. Personally, I think of Disney's Tomorrowland movie as one of the worst live action Disney movies because it was boring. Like it was like that was just product slop. It was product movie slop from the early 2010s. You know, when they were just cranking out product movies that really were there to sell toys, and it was just slop movies for the summers. But we've transcended that, and now today everything is nihilist. It's nihilistic.
Oh, that's it.
What, Tom?
Tomorrowland, the whole message of that movie was people are bad. They're killing the environment. People are bad. He's been doing it for years. That is the MO of these people. It's more of that anti-humanism. Yeah. It's ingrained into their writing. They see the world as this.
I mean, when was the last time you went to a movie and you walked out and you like just, you know, maybe felt good? You know what I mean? Like, when was the last time we go to a movie? Probably Project Hail Mary. I think for us it was Sheep Detectives, which is why I talked. The Sheep Detectives. You're like, this was kind of a.
I had no idea. I literally only watched it because you were talking about it, and then I watched it. I'm like, this is so charming. You know, like, like this is very nice. Like, if you want to talk about television, the last time that I watched a television show and felt like genuine hope, like I felt like the writers behind it cared about humanity, was Paradise on Hulu. Like, that's the last show that I watched where I'm like, there's somebody writing this that fucking loves people, and you can tell. You can tell when you watch that show. Like, it gives you that hopefulness that we used to get all the time, even with shows that had darker themes and darker characters and, you know, and shit like that. You still had stories that made you go, yeah, okay, that's nice. Night of the Seven Kingdoms as well. That's another one.
Yeah,
that's another one.
That's a good one.
And that is a great one, actually, because contrast that to House of the Dragon season 3. There is no one in that show to fucking root for. The one character that they did make you want to root for, they had him fall down for the Snow Bunny mind control. You know, like, everyone in that show is a fucking asshole. And it feels like there's no hope. There's no humanity. You watch A Night of Seven Kingdoms, and it's just a guy who's like, oh, I want to honor the knight that I was a squire for. And, oh, please stop raping, sir. And, oh, there's this girl that he likes. And the whole reason why the story happens is because somebody with too much power was doing something bad to the little guy. And he didn't like that. And he stood up for him. That is some hopeful shit. If that was House of the Dragon, you know what would have happened? They would have made a joke about him, you know, somebody's dick or something, and then he would have died. I'm getting the same thing from Lanterns. Like, you can't tell me as a comic fan or as somebody who's like a regular person that I'm supposed to go to a Green Lantern show and feel nihilism. That does not work. Those aren't even the same thing. Like, they're not even in the same realm. It's fucking god awful.
Everything they touch turns to garbage. It just turns to shit.
And I have to say this though, because I saw somebody on Twitter a little while ago. It kind of pissed me the fuck off, to be honest with you. It's like, oh, you just want to hate everything. I do not want to hate a Green Lantern show. I am a Green Lantern fan. Why would I go out of my way to want to hate something? It's not my fault if I watch something and it doesn't resonate with me. That's not my fault. That doesn't mean, oh, I just want to hate this thing, or oh, you're just trying to get clout.
But-
It's no, I'm watching what you're putting out, and I don't have any kind of hope. I don't have any character that I care about. You're butchering the fucking lore. It does nothing for me. Like what?
You know
what
what's-
sense does that make?
No, flip it around though, because it's a silent confession. Because they say to you, why do you just want to hate everything? But the reality of that is they're the ones that are nihilistic. They're the ones that do hate everything. And I mean the writers here, of course. We want to love everything. We make content. I mean, look, some people, I can't speak for everybody, but some people make content. They're making money, right? We make content to talk through the ideas and really the pain of being hurt, of being betrayed by what we want to love. We want to love this stuff. We used to. It used to be the escapism. All the characters and stories and ideas and superpowers. Like there used to be so much there to want to love. It was an expression of love. We have been backed into a corner where, and it's not hate. I see it as it's a call for justice.
Yes.
For
Well,
destroying
I would
the thing
call-
that we used to love.
I would call it passion. And you
passion.
actually like the thing, because if you didn't like the thing, you wouldn't complain about the thing. Is that simple? If it was something that you liked and it was something that you were watching, you wouldn't go out of your way to say how much you dislike this thing, because you actually did want to like it. Like that's just how it would go. Like I would want to watch a Star Wars show like set in a different time period with like a story about a Sith Lord that's been, undercover or whatever, and we have Dark Plagueis and all that other stuff. I would like to like that show, but when you turn that into some girl boss feminism, like what's the word I'm looking for? What's that book genre that all these freaky women like to read? Like this nasty, like
Romanticy.
Dark
Yeah,
fantasy. Dark fantasy.
When you
The
turn into
romanticy.
some of that, I don't want to watch that. And then when you couple that with bad writing, I don't want to watch it. It's not like we want to go in hating things. You just have to call it how it is. You have to stop just like accepting everything that they fucking give you, dude. Like it's so stupid. Stop being a consumer, because that makes you a consumer. That's when you're a consumer. When you don't question the things that you watch, now you're a consumer, and they can just sell you anything.
I mean, think about this, right? And then we got to get back to the people.
Yeah.
How many legacy properties or legacy franchises or stories or heroes, characters, how many are left that haven't been picked up in the crossfire of some Hollywood writer who thinks that they're smarter than the audience? Not even Green Lantern could survive. The Flash couldn't survive. God knows what's happening with Batman. Superman is worth nothing today. Supergirl is destroyed. Star Wars is destroyed. And
only
we're
thing
over
that
a
I
decade
can-
now.
I can think of is just, I think Transformers is probably one of the only ones that's not bastardized yet. That's not destroyed yet.
Didn't they have that Paramount show with one of the Transformers changing
we don't
their?
talk about that. We don't talk about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
look.
that
I
doesn't
think
count.
I think the big question. I think the big question that we all have to ask is: do we want the black garlic truffle sauce on these $30 burgers that Lindelof is serving up? Because at his millennial restaurant, he's got to serve these burgers to you, and he has to do it at the restaurant that you previously loved. So you just got to choose: are we
man.
gonna order some shareables for the table?
And with that, let's get back to the people.
Fuck.
Wow. I'm stealing that analogy for FNT, Tom.
There is enough in there. That article, there's more to that article. We just need to actually talk about the episode. But like that
There-
article
yeah.
is is a nightmare of it. It is just a pure admission of everything that we have been talking about for years.
Yeah,
It
we
is
got
insane.
1,000 people watching right now that want us to get to
Shut
the breakdown,
out.
dude.
Shout out to everybody. Don't worry, we're about to get into it. We are about to get into it, boys. Oh, episode
right.
2 was so good. Oh my god, this was such a great show. I'm just
was
gonna
something.
ask what's good about it and see if they can answer.
If you see anybody commenting that, just imagine that behind the camera they're doing the grapefruit technique, because that is what the equivalent is to those people typing that out.
Oh, it's such a good show. Oh my god, John
They're-
Ooh,
they're-
it stings a little.
It's that grapefruit technique. They
Oh
I'm
my
surprised they were
God,
able to get
dude.
that out.
Oh,
Oh, John
Kate,
Stewart, let me get some of your Green Lantern sauce. Jesus.
Do you want fries with that?
Kate, we
You
got
want
some
truffle butter
supers.
fries with that?
We got some supers dropping in over on your channel. I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, let's
Have
get
them
it,
on
man.
screen
Shout out
here for
to
you.
Pig Venus with a 5 says, watch the preview for even more to be mad about. One of the Guardians looks human. I saw the preview, and I think that's just like them taking a form
Yeah.
to speak to John Stewart. But the preview also confirmed the theory that we had last week that John Stewart's father was probably up to be a Lantern and failed, and that's why he's trying so hard to make John Stewart the Lantern.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it's very this show is like very obvious. It's not even funny. Like Cryptid Manga with a 5 says show admits in its own writing it hates Hal. The sheriff said it, they can't hide it. So the Sinestro War happened off screen. Yeah,
Yep.
obviously. Yep. Sinestro War happened off screen. Something that would have been a cooler thing to watch if you were to try to again, you could do adaptations and change some things. Add in some John Stewart and things like that. That would be cool, but nope,
Nope.
that's fine. He came in with another 5 says source material changes. Anime manga must be failing because it doesn't change. Exactly.
Dude,
Exactly.
they're killing it. They just announced they're doing the One Piece movie for
Isn't there
one of the
two?
big arcs. They're doing 2 movies, but one of them is the event that they had talked about for over 20 years and that we had just seen, and it's getting a full movie adaptation. It's
Oh wow.
it's everything people have been waiting for.
It's so
Oh, cool.
easy, dude. Just do the thing
Right.
that works.
One Piece is gonna
Wiznotix-
keep printing money.
Wiznotix Minister of Matrimony. Oh, I know you love this account, Wizard. With a 5
man.
says dark fantasy, like when he actually comes back from the milk store.
Damn. Yikes.
The milk store. The milk store.
Hey, don't worry, I'm at the milk store. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for that 5. Yeah, who goes to the actual milk store? Like, what is
The
what is
milk
that? The strip
store,
club?
dude. Yeah,
Oh,
it's something
fuck.
all right.
That's crazy.
Douglas Nut for a 2 says, "Are these mini Mauler streams now? Sounds fun, man. I wish it was a better show and we were able to have a little more
I
fun."
do too. I wish we were
Nice.
talking about a good show.
Yeah,
I think these streams are fun though because it's cathartic. It's cathartic. We get to really break down. Man, it was that bad, and we have all
it was
of you.
that bad.
We have all of you guys here with us to just be like, yeah, that really did suck.
Yeah, it's rough out there, man.
Man.
Jason Nelson for 2 says, "Enjoyed your collab with Jester Bell. Have her back." Yes, I'm sure we'll be doing something in the future. We're both super busy. She's awesome, by the way. Shout out Jester Bell, friend of the
Yeah,
channel.
Jester's cool.
She comes out like with these right hooks of ideas, and I'm like, I didn't even think of that. That was smart. That was super smart. Norm Al Man for a Canadian 5 says, "Fans, can we get a Batman movie? Gun, best I can do is Gorilla Grodd." That
That happened.
so true. That's so
Literally
true, though,
happened.
dude.
Hey man, you think we could get a Flash movie? I got something better. How about the big old ape that he fights? You want to see a show about that? That's not even a show about him for real. It's a show about the Daily Planet because that's some more James Gunn fuckery.
Yeah, and
Golly.
and at this point it won't release until after Man of Tomorrow because they just went into like pre-production for it, so it'll be after Man of Tomorrow when we get this show.
DC.
How
was
exciting!
cooked. They're cooked.
Larry J602 for a 10 says Damon Lindelof. I didn't adapt any Green Lantern stories because I can write something better, but I adapted the characters to be completely different because I can write better ones. Yeah, that's pretty much it there.
Yeah, that was the article.
pretty
Pretty
much.
much it. Yeah.
You don't want the
Thanks for
same
that.
thing.
Asshole.
Dawnbreaker for a 5 says you guys help out a lot because right now I need foundation repairs, and with the way it's looking, I'm assuming cost tens of thousands. So thanks for the vids, Dawnbreaker.
Damn.
That's rough
That's
out
tough.
there, yo.
That's rough, brother.
I don't
Look,
I don't
hey.
envy that, but I hope we're bringing you some joy though.
If it makes you feel any better, I had to get my entire transmission replaced. So you know that was, and I drive a Dodge Charger, so you know that was crazy. So
Ooh, that's a couple bucks.
yeah, a few shekels.
XCon for a 499 says the main fault is it's boring. Lanterns driving in cars and riding in planes. Car crashes for action. Tell, don't show. The WBDC shows are better. That is so true, though.
They are better.
The Arrow show was better.
We in this episode, they make a point to be like, the Manhunters destroyed our world. We're gonna make you watch it, and they do not show the audience what happened. They just show him seizing on the floor, being shown what happens. They do not take the time to actually show what the Manhunters do or are capable of.
Well, they thought that would be like oh wow, aren't you intrigued to know? It's another mystery box because we're going to find out in the future anyway. They're going to show it again, But you're right. We have a Green Lantern show and they're riding planes. And again, like, you don't have to have a bunch of action on screen for the show to be interesting. You know what I mean? Like, you can have dialogue that is compelling dialogue, and you don't need a lot of action. Again, I keep telling you guys, please go watch Paradise. You will be hooked from the moment it starts to the moment it ends because of the fucking dialogue and because of the writing in the scenes and and the story. The story is a mystery story, but it's never a mystery story to where it's like, oh, I know exactly how this is going to go. Like, no, it's not like that. It keeps you on the edge of your seat, and there's not even that much action. Hell, early seasons of Game of Thrones basically had no action until like 2 or 3 episodes.
Right.
It was all fucking dialogue, but the
It was
dialogue
politics.
was fantastic. It was great. And yes, it's on Hulu. Paradise is on Hulu.
Right.
Go watch it. It's great.
Thank you for that. Jason Nelson for 2 says, why are they taking this approach? Why the nihilism? Because they believe it. Because they believe in the nihilism. And there's once you go down that path of believing there's no reason for humans to be, and there's no reason to exist. And once you get to that point of being nihilistic, as they are, then your only motivation is to drag other people into that despair that you live in. And that's exactly what they're trying to do. That's exactly what they want. Because like we said before, you had Shakespeare, right? Exploring the human experience, exploring emotion and what do people do. And we don't have that at all now. Now it is deconstructionism for the sake of nihilistic ideals.
Yep.
That's
They hate
all.
you.
That's they literally hate you and
That's all
themselves.
it is. They hate
If
you.
if art is meant to be an imitation of life, their imitation of life is that everything is nihilistic. That is their interpretation
Everything
of it.
sucks.
Everything
sucks. There is no
Yeah.
hope. They hate you.
That is a reflection of them, the people making it.
Yep.
Yep. Dawnbreaker for 5 says, forget Tolkien. These Hollywood hacks can't even write on the level of Edgar Allan Poe.
Damn.
They
They're worse. I believe that if you were to give this to a 12-year-old, it would be a more entertaining product.
guys,
It'd be cooler, that's for sure.
every so often we get a show or we get a movie or we get something that is worse written than Leslie Headland's The Acolyte. And I think Lanterns is on trajectory to be worse than The Acolyte.
It is.
It happens.
I would love to have a conversation with somebody who thinks this is a good show, and I would love to hear their reasonings.
They're going to goalpost move you to death. That's the problem.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you've ever watched one of my debates or anything like that. I don't move that post. Once we're starting on the topic, you don't leave until you answer that question.
Get over here.
Everybody, hey, ask
Thank you for that.
Kenny. We got some OGs. Y'all remember Kenny? Y'all remember Kenny? Nobody does because Kenny's dead. Because I murdered him on a debate.
Oh my God, he killed Kenny.
Norm Al Man for 10 says Gunn will make a Condiment King trilogy before making things people want. Gunn is that guy at the comic shop who likes the very obscure characters just to show off how much of a nerd he is. I 100% agree with that.
Yep.
I 100% agree with that. Thank you for that. Justin Sane gifted 1 Fake Wizards Live membership. Thank you, Justin. Shout out to you, brother. Good to see you out there. Alex Hayes for a 5 says, sup guys, as a late 30s man, I'm starting to get into superhero stuff, but I am going back to the old stuff, 90s and 2000s.
Great.
X-Men animated, X-Men Evolution, Spider-Man 90s, Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
That's the one.
Mightiest Heroes is
I was gonna say it.
That's-
show.
It is the
It's
best.
so
It is
good.
so good.
And
it
got
is so
killed
good.
off. It got killed off
It-
because of the MCU.
It nails
literally
every
happened.
single one of the Avengers. It nails
Yes.
Thor, Cap, Hulk, Iron Man. They
It's
do
great.
Iron Man great. Is the best.
Black Panther shows up every once in a while.
Black Panther's awesome in it. They did Claw, that whole thing with it's just so good. It's just great.
Yeah,
It's very good.
Spectacular
Check that out.
Spider-Man. Watch the DC Universe animated shows. You know, Superman, Batman, Justice League Unlimited. Watch all of those. Start with Batman, then go Superman, then go Justice League, then go Justice League Unlimited. It will be a great time, and you will love it. You will love it. It's so good.
You will love it.
It's great.
Dawnbreaker for 5 says, think harder because they ever went after something as unknown as Golden Axe. They won't stop until every IP is dead, even foreign entertainment. They're coming for anime. They're on their way. They are on their way for anime. Douglas Nutt for a 2 says, call these episodes Every Frame a Wizard. Yeah, we should. We should do that. We should do something like that.
IFA.
IFA. Normal Man for 5 says James Gunn, DCEU fans can't answer the I am not a robot question on websites. That's true. Kata, back to your channel.
Shout out to Mr. Bug with a 5 says, how did they know the Sinestro War happened? Did Hal tell anyone? Because he acted like it was private information, but the lady just Googles it. No logic.
We're gonna get there, man. It's
Who knows?
you can't ask questions, you can't dig into it, and the people defending the show will say, "Well, it's just not. We're not there yet. It's gonna come up in other episodes. Your questions will be answered in other episodes."
Yeah.
And then the season is gonna end, and then we're gonna say, "Hey, they didn't answer that mystery box question they set up," and they're gonna say, "Well, why do you just hate on everything?"
Yep. That's exactly. It's a cycle repeats.
It's
Cycle repeats itself.
constantly shifting the goalpost. Also on your channel.
Batmobile with a 2 says, don't forget Sheriff is from Gotham. Oh yeah, don't worry.
Oh, we didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't forget.
We'll
You
get
gotta
there.
wink. You know that. Oh yeah.
I'm from Gotham. Oh.
You
What about-
know some fat neckbeard pointed at the screen and started clapping like a seal when he heard that. You know.
They said they Gothamed.
They got them. Oh my
Oh,
gosh. He
oh.
Vadered. Larry over on the Fake Wizard side says, for 2 says, well, if you're a wizard every frame an orb.
E-foul.
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 E-foul. That's funny. All right, boys, are we ready to go through?
Yeah, you
Scene
got some
by
explaining
scene.
to do. You
I
got some
do?
explaining to do first. I need
What's
you
this?
to.
What is
Apparently
this,
you
dude?
You were spotted at the Red Sox game. One of
look
your
at what a
alter
loser.
egos is out there. Look at this fucking guy who wears a fake wizard beard out in public. Look at this fucking guy to a baseball game.
Everybody's got to have a gimmick these days. You know what I mean? What a bunch of losers.
They're calling
Well,
it
what's the-
Wizard Fever.
Yikes! It's the wizard.
Yikes, they're calling it the Wizard Trend.
Oh,
Wizards are back.
man.
Wizards are back.
Oh man.
Shout out to the Wizards, man. Okay.
Shout
time.
out to the wizards, man.
Hey, all the wizards in chat, we see you.
Yeah, we see you. All right, let's do this.
All right, boys. It is time for us to actually get into the episode called Trust Fall, which is crazy because there was no trust fall happening in this episode at all. And the actual clip for the next episode looks like that's going to be the trust fall. So
Yes.
fuck yeah.
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 They already butchered the naming convention.
Here we go, boys. It's time for the shenanigans. So yeah, we start the episode off with Jon Stewart not being aware of his surroundings. Not even in the slightest. Because you know how Jordan comes in, ooh, that's a good little freeze.
That's
frame
a
there.
great
That's a-
frame right there.
That's a frame, all right.
That is mid water bucket prank. That is a Renaissance painting.
Is that the trust fall? Is that oh, this is this is a scene where our first line of dialogue is "What the fuck?" because this is an edgy show, ladies
Yes.
and gentlemen. This is an edgy show. Let me make sure the captions are on there.
Yeah, we get a lot of swearing in this episode. A lot of F-bombs. But for the sake of there being F-bombs.
You guys remember when Titans was coming out and everyone dunked on how they were swearing and it was really corny? It's like that.
Yeah.
It's like
It's
that
like
again.
that. It's like the exact same.
It is like that again.
But because it's James Gunn fans, they're glazing it. And robots. Also, there's a lot more bots on Twitter than there were when Titans was running.
Yeah. What the fuck, Hal? You throw water on me. I'm gonna cry. Yeah. So, yeah. You go ahead. I'll let you break this.
No.
scene down.
Well, yeah. So basically, Hal's like, hey, it's like, what's the deal? And he's like, all right, you're gonna fly today. And he gives him the ring, and he's like, well, how do I do it? And he's like, well, I'm a pilot, so I just know how to do it. I think fly, and it happens. So then Jon Stewart's like, all right, and he braces himself, and this is the scene where we get the fun fart gif where it looks like he releases
Yeah.
a big old toot, and he doesn't go up, he doesn't fly, because he doesn't know how to fly, because he has been given, maybe this is, to our knowledge, this is probably the second time that he's worn the ring. The first time was when he was thrown off of the cliff in the car and he used the construct to make bubble wrap, which we didn't see. So this is the second time that we believe that he's used the ring, and he doesn't know how to fly because he doesn't know. This is a foreign concept to him. And something that Hal tells him to do is just think flight. Think flight. And what ends up happening is that Jon Stewart is able to create a perfect bird construct. A little bird construct that just flies around. And it's so perfect and special that even when he's not wearing the ring, the construct stays around. In fact, when the battery's depleted, the construct stays around.
So I think this episode is terrible, and we could go scene by scene, but I'm also okay if we just kind of give the spoiler explanations as we're going through it. Chat, I hope that's cool with you guys, but that's because I think to try, if we were to try and really try to explain every line of dialogue in every scene, I'm gonna have a stroke. Because this show
start hurting.
It's gonna start hurting because it's meaningless. Okay, this episode has it's boring, it's meaningless. So here's what we're gonna do. So yes, everything Tom just said is on the money. And yeah, so Jon Stewart can't fly, but he is able to conjure this birdie, which then, as he takes the ring off, the birdie is still around. And so Hal says, you gotta, for your mission on this episode, you need to keep that construct active. And the only way you could keep it active is if you concentrate on it. So we're using Dungeons and Dragons rules. You must continue concentrating to keep the spell active. But he goes unconscious twice in the episode.
I was about to say, there's multiple times where he should have broke concentration and that bird should be gone. But yes. I don't think that's how the ring works.
That's right. No, it's not. They invented that.
You need the ring to make the constructs, with your willpower, right?
That's
so
right.
If you don't have the ring, and it doesn't matter how much willpower you have, it's not going to stay around because you don't have the ring. And like Tom mentioned, the ring loses power, so the construct should be gone.
Totally depowered.
Make any sense?
Now the reason they do this birdie thing is to set up that at the end of the episode, Jon Stewart confronts Hal and says, "You told me that I wasn't strong enough to fly with the ring. You told me I wasn't strong enough to fly with the depowered ring, but those aliens back there told me that I'm special because my little birdie stuck around, and look how strong my birdie was. I'm stronger than you because my birdie existed when I wasn't even wearing the depowered ring. By the way, I kill the birdie myself." And he literally does crush the birdie.
Yeah, he kills it.
Just to make a scene and just to be edgy.
But it's also another thing that really is so stupid. Okay, all right, dude. So this is why writing is important. This is why it's important. You tell me that in order for this bird to stay around, I have to focus on it, right? Okay.
Yes.
Let me use your logic. That's what we have to do. If you go unconscious, not once, not twice. I think it was about damn near 3 times. And the 4th time he was concentrating on that granny's coochie, so he wasn't thinking about the bird. The bird should be gone. Like that. That's just what it is.
There's also multiple days of travel. So he slept in between the traveling. There's many days that take place here.
What this scene sets up is that the episode's plot for Jon Stewart is that he needs to go and get the lantern so Hal can power up the ring because it's at 5% battery.
Yeah.
So his side quest, his quest for this episode is that he's got to go to Hal Jordan's house to get the lantern and bring it back. And so this episode, they're split up, and they have their own mission that they're on. So where Jon Stewart is going to get the lantern and runs into aliens, Hal Jordan is investigating the crime scenes and the bodies, and he's trying to figure out what's going on in Nebraska. And it leads to this really, really dumb scene because we just pointed out that right now this has been multiple days worth of things that have happened. I would assume it's probably been about 3 days, 2 to 3 days since the incident happened. And Hal goes to the shooting. Since the shooting, it's probably been 2 to 3 days. Hal goes to the thing and he notices metal detectors, and that's his whole focus on the episode. Is he goes, "Oh, there's these metal detectors," and he's weird. It didn't work when he was going in, which would just be "Oh, well, they'd probably shut them off because everyone left.
Nobody's here.
Nobody's here.
I saw that. I'm like, why is this the thing you're fixated on. It's like, oh, the metal detector didn't go off when I walked through. I don't know, man. Maybe it's because everybody went fucking home.
So
But instead, he has a Jimmy Neutron brain blast that, wait a minute, these metal detectors may actually be for aliens.
yeah, so let's time out there. Let's just envision this, if you will. A football stadium where there's metal detectors going in and out, but they're secretly not metal detectors. They look like metal detectors, but they're alien detectors instead. And the only place we're going to put them is the football field.
Well-
Also, if he walks through with the Green Lantern ring, why does it not detect the alien Green Lantern ring?
So they had it in the metal detector at the stadium, but then also the detectors.
No.
It was in the courtroom too.
They had it in the
they had them
courtroom,
and
which
so it
makes
is
it
set
worse.
up. Yeah.
Because you have
So-
fake metal detectors, right? So the metal detectors are only detecting aliens. So do you not think that some regular person would be like, hey, man, why do they have all these broken ass metal detectors all around town? Like, I'm just able to walk into the courtroom with my gun. Metal detector didn't even go off for real. Like, what? What?
They
It doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense. It's stupid.
and also how does Hal figure out, like, hey, the metal detector doesn't work, and why is his first thought go to it's an alien detector? Like, I understand he tries to get it to work with metal and it doesn't work, but then it's just like, my big brain is working. That's an alien detector.
Why is his first thought to rip off the grill of the car and bring it through?
Like, you couldn't find
He
a metal
braved-
pipe?
He takes a metal pipe, rips off the metal grill, and he has just like metal going through.
Wait,
and
is
it's
that
like
what he did? Hold on.
Yes,
yeah,
he tears the grill off of his car.
he
to
takes
see
the
if the
tire
metal
iron
detectors-
and he
yeah.
goes through
So
with
he,
the
wait,
tire iron.
Wait, right here. Hold on. So he has
He's got a metal bar.
he has a fucking tire iron. He can just walk in through the metal detector with the tire. See, this is what I mean by you're just making him an ass to be an ass, because later on in the episode, he's like, hey, you're gonna have to check out that insurance policy. It's like, you didn't have to fucking do this.
That
Tire
Right there
irons
with the
are
tire
heavier. That grill is mostly plastic.
It's
Yeah.
mostly, and it's Toyota. It's mostly plastic.
It's mostly plastic
Yeah.
and a little bit of aluminum.
yeah. The way
You're
he
holding a tire
drives,
iron.
he drives and he like pseudo parks in the middle of the road. Hey, all of his actions are like a child.
Yeah, he's like a dickhead for like.
He's
and
like-
I get it, Hal Jordan, smooth operator sometimes has like these little, he could be a little dickhead. I get it, but like, god damn, dude.
They
You're
make him a
making me not like
dumbass.
While trying to pretend
Okay.
like he's smart. Like, oh, it must be an alien detector because my gut's never wrong. Even though I landed here some like 30 years ago and never figured out what the fuck was going on, my gut's never wrong. Godly.
It's just so funny, dude.
Fuck off. Like, you literally have a tire iron and knock off the plastic piece of your car to walk through a metal detector. I
Yep.
hate you. I
Yeah.
literally hate you. You're stupid.
This is evidence. This is evidence that this is a show that thinks it's smart, but it can only be as smart as the person writing it, and the person writing it is an idiot. So you get a
Yeah.
stupid show.
Yeah, and then he drives, he like parks in the middle of the road and he's like, there's no one here. And then he goes to the town hall meeting. Oh yeah, and there's a really derpy
yeah.
scene of him flying.
Yes.
Yeah, when
So he
he's like,
flies
he
up.
goes up.
The town is empty, and then they all are at the town meeting. So let's go interrupt the town meeting. He walks in. It is extremely obnoxious. He's obnoxious. Captain Sheriff Girl Boss is Captain Sheriff Girl Boss. Everybody who thought she was going to be a Girl Boss character, surprise, surprise, she is. He sits down. His lawyer comes and sits next to him and says, "Hey, you can leave town now because, like, I got the judge to throw out your case. Let's just look. I'm no lawyer. I'm the lawyer.
God.
I got the judge to throw out your case despite the fact that the same judge hit you with a $200,000 bailout. So you had to so we paid $200,000 for you to get out on bail, and then they dropped your case?
And it's like,
Somebody
okay,
called the local news, dude.
That's
Somebody
suspicious.
get a new lawyer. We're suing
not
the
only-
state.
Not only is that suspicious, it's very suspicious. You come up to me and say, "Yeah, you can leave now." Like,
Yeah.
oh, well, that's not suspicious at all. You know, it's like the entire interaction doesn't feel organic. It feels like a way to make Hal Jordan go, "Oh, there's definitely something going up with these guys. I got to go figure that shit out." You know, it doesn't work.
And then
So-
you know he doesn't get thrown out, but she calls him out for interrupting while class is in session.
Yes.
And it's supposed to be a fun scene. It's supposed to be a fun, awkward scene for you to go, oh, this is quirky. Oh, this is fun. Look at him, he's so goofy. And then he gets a call and he's like, I gotta go take this. And then
Yeah. Right in
Oh.
here, right in this little area is where you see alien dick. So we're gonna go a little further than that. Yeah, like right up in this.
well,
area.
so then I'll just no. Too
That's
too
a little
close, too close.
That's a little close.
Too close. That was a
We'll keep
little.
it here.
That was very close.
We're getting way too. We're getting way
We
too close.
almost chat.
That
We
was-
almost
y'all-
got taken offline.
Y'all almost saw a bunch of hog, bro. Y'all almost saw some alien dick.
You almost got full dick and balls. Yeah, no.
Full
no.
No,
hog.
the exact time step is like 12:30 something. So
Okay, so what happens there is Hal leaves the meeting after Sheriff Girlboss gives a girl boss, you're a piece of garbage. He leaves. He goes to the morgue and drags out all of the alien bodies,
which
and then that's when we see alien hog and balls, and
Which,
he drags
before
them,
we can-
puts them in the
before-
car.
before we continue, like I'm from the South, right? I've been to small towns. If you're doing this kind of thing that they're doing where they're having a town hall meeting, that doesn't mean that literally everyone in the town is at the town hall meeting. There would still be people around. Like you would not take people out of the hospital to go to the town hall meeting. You wouldn't take people
Yeah.
out of the morgue to go to the town hall meeting. You know, so he's just walking around willy-nilly carrying bodies to his fucking car.
The people going to a town hall meeting, see, that's the problem. That's the problem. The people writing this don't actually know what a small town USA town looks like. They don't know. They've never been to one. They've never taken one seriously. They've never lived in one. They've never spent time in one. So they wouldn't be able to actually write it that well. This show makes you think there's about 100 people living here. And even if there was 100 people living here, they're not all sitting at the town hall meeting. This isn't South Park, you dumbasses.
Who's watching
No,
the kids?
What they're trying to portray reads more as like this is a town in Alaska that has 20 people. It's
Yes.
not believable.
Yeah. Right. That's actually exactly right. And
Which-
if it goes into the thing of this town is basically under control of the manhunters or whatever, and most of these guys are alien or maybe, something. If you start doing things like that, then it will make more sense. But I seriously doubt that's where it's going to go. So it just comes off as awkward, like very awkward. So,
Yep.
yeah,
I-
Hal Jordan is taking dead bodies out of the freezer.
He's driving them over to basically walk through the metal detectors to confirm they're not metal detectors, they're alien detectors.
Yes.
Which also I would argue, do you think that it would still be able to scan if it was alien if it's a dead subject?
Yes, because it would be
I would hope
these alien detectors that cannot scan alien Green Lantern rings still have the ability to scan alien DNA from physical aliens. So it can only scan, and this is me projecting here, it can only scan life form organism, organic life form DNA. which we need to make sure is well known. Okay, so that's what happens. So Hal Jordan takes the dead bodies, drives to the football field, and does the scan, and then that's when he realizes, like, his hunch was proven correctly. These are alien scanners. At the same time that's happening, Jon Stewart has gone to Hal Jordan's house via plane. Little green birdie is still floating around. He goes through his closet, and Jon Stewart is sent on the mission to go and retrieve the actual power battery, or they call it the lantern here, so that Hal Jordan can charge it up. Now, this opens up a series of questions. We kind of talked about this with episode 1 last week. Why doesn't Hal carry that?
Well, because if he had it around, we wouldn't have this subplot of Jon Stewart going to his house to get the battery.
What? I mean, just think about that. They kind of set it up in episode 1 like it might be connected to Hal not backing up his consciousness, or maybe there's a reason that maybe they wanted you to. That was a mystery box in episode 1. Why doesn't Hal Jordan have his lantern? The guy that explodes. It makes a big point of that. It's a hinted at thing that goes absolutely nowhere. Turns out that mystery box, again, like all mystery boxes, are never going to be satisfying, never going to be more satisfying than what you can come up with. And in this case, Jon Stewart goes to this mansion. Now, guys, did you catch it? Because I didn't catch it. Why does Hal Jordan have a mansion?
So it was a gift from somebody that he saved, and that's why he's got the. So it was a gift for, I believe, saving someone's son, was what he said.
Oh, so another mystery box.
Well, it's just supposed to be. That is a don't think about it.
He's like, I've had this house for 8 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, sure. And obviously, Jon Stewart wants to be the Green Lantern, and he has these physical suits that should not exist. They should not be here.
Exist. Yeah.
They should not be here, okay? I don't give a fuck. Oh, early in the old comics, they had physical suits. The common thing with Green Lanterns and what is known is that the suit is a construct, okay? I don't want to see these ugly. And then on top of the fact, they're fucking ugly. They're ugly. It's not even green. It's doo-doo brown.
It's doo-doo brown.
It's doo-doo brown. It is doo-doo brown.
These are doo-doo brown suits.
Brown.
Nobody want to see no doo-doo brown suit. Get that shit out of here, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's dumb. So yeah, he's doing the whole, oh, do you need me to bring you some your suit? And he's like, at least you could, if you could tell me how to take a piss in the damn thing. It's like, oh, okay, here we go. Some more. This is some cool dialogue. He's making jokes about peeing. Awesome.
The suits are stupid. They're impractical. How are you supposed to use the bathroom? Yeah, fun.
It's supposed to be a construct.
It's fun, witty dialogue.
How come, every time we see Green Lantern take off the ring in the comics, the suit goes away instantly? But here he has to physically put it on because they wanted to lecture to you that the suits are stupid. Like, just think about it that way, right? Like, they went out of their way to continually shit on the suits because they want you to think that they're stupid. They want you to know that they think that they're stupid.
That's why it looks like that. That's why
it's doo-doo brown.
That's why it's doo-doo brown.
They want you to think that the suit looks like shit. That's why.
Because suits are dumb. They don't need suits. They can just fly on their own.
Oh, but did you guys notice they did a little lore thing? For you Green Lantern fans, they brought up Mogo. They brought up Mogo because that's his catchphrase for the
opening
pocket
the box
dimension. He's like, I think it was Mogo doesn't show emotion, which
Mogo doesn't.
I don't know who that is. That's a planet Green Lantern. It's a huge planet that is a Green Lantern. So hey, I guess they do care about the little source material when it's convenient. Fucking weirdos, dude. So
but ruh-roh, Raggy, Jon Stewart gets kidnapped.
He does.
Oh. Yeah, okay, so he gets the lantern.
Is this him inside of the granny, or is this the pocket dimension? Which one is this? Where he's like pinned his arm in, trying to figure out.
Damn.
But yeah,
And we got
first
we got
is-
a unnecessary scene of him feeding the carnivorous plant because we have time for that.
right. And then oh yeah, that's where he falls down with the naked alien man.
Yeah,
He's like,
he's got the.
they're alien detectors. And oh yeah,
Yes.
here we go.
Okay, so Jon Stewart in front of Hal Jordan's house is attacked, captured, knocked out, and again, we talked about this before. The little birdie doesn't disappear, despite the
Still
fact
there.
he has lost concentration.
Yep, he's lost consciousness, and for some reason, the bird's still there.
Yep.
This is, and they never even said who these aliens are. By the way, that have kidnapped Jon Stewart, so we have no idea who they are. All we know is that they are after the Manhunters. So yeah, take that. But yeah, so Jon Stewart obviously gets up fucking pissed because he wants his bird. He's like the dude from Iron Man 3. He's like, I want my bird.
Where is
I
my
want
bird?
Where is my bird?
This
Yeah,
is not
Whiplash.
I
my
want
bird.
my bird.
Yeah. So, he gets in a fight with these aliens, which later on say that they weren't going to torture him and that they didn't want to harm him. So, they could have de-escalated a little bit there, to try to do something. But no, if they did that, then we wouldn't get our car chase scene where Jon Stewart, like the genius that he is running into oncoming traffic instead of running with traffic.
And
Yes.
and kind of like Jean Grey definitely is going to be responsible for deaths. With how fast they're going and the way that these collisions, like they show these collisions are heavy.
Yeah.
There definitely were people in that who died.
Yeah, you got
You're
some
gonna tell
injuries
me-
there.
You're gonna tell me frail grandma behind the oh no, you're gonna tell me she survived that? I don't think so. I don't think so.
No, speaking of not surviving, can I back this up a little bit? Can I get it to where it happens for Jon Stewart?
Oh, where he
Is
gets hit
this
by the
it?
truck?
Yeah, so speaking of people not surviving, so Jon Stewart gets his bird,
Oh yeah.
and then this van skirts and smacks him
Boom.
in the face. And it's like,
Yeah.
bro, you just broke almost every bone in his body.
You're done. He's done.
He's
He's
done.
done, but
He's-
it's okay. Barely a scratch, barely an inconvenience.
He's out of there, bro. Hold on, let me see.
But the bird
I gotta
lives.
Get that again.
Bird survives it.
Yeah, he gets knocked out again right
Boom.
here. He gets
This is now
knocked
the
out
second
again.
knockout, back to back. Okay, so if we fast forward a little bit, John's captured once again. Wakes up in an abandoned office building.
Oh no!
with-
That's after this. Remember where him and the
Oh.
sheriff go to the cowboy
Oh,
farm?
We
They
gotta
go to
we gotta
Ram
cue it
Ranch.
up. Yeah, we gotta
They
cue
go
it
to
up
Ram
before they go
Ranch.
to Ram Ranch.
They go to
Okay,
Ram Ranch.
so sheriff lady goes and forces Hal Jordan to pull his car over. She sees that he has the dead bodies in the back of his car, stinking up the car, and he's driving around with the windows up.
They're leaking. They make a point to
They're
show that they're
literally-
leaking goo. They are leaking
Yes.
alien goo, is what he says.
Yes,
So he's
That is
driving with
correct.
three corpses with
three
windows up.
corpses that are leaking alien goo, and he's just huffing in the fumes.
He's like, this reminds me of Nam. That's
Sheriff lady pulls him over and says, "Hi," and you can reduce everything this woman says in this show down to, I'm Sheriff Girl Boss. You need to listen to me because
Literally.
I'm Sheriff Girl Boss. Stop existing in my town or this show, actually. You should just get shot in the head. Stop existing because I'm Sheriff Girl Boss. And that's it. That's all she says.
Yep, she's like, I'm the sheriff, reluctantly, she's like, I will take you to Ram Ranch.
But I'm gonna do the talking.
I'm gonna do the talking. This is my town. I worked way too hard to get this position because I'm a woman and I need to be in charge. So stop undermining me, white man.
Hey, I'm the sheriff here. I'm the sheriff here, Green Lantern. I know there's aliens and people getting murdered in this town, but I'm the sheriff. This is my town.
Any woman that has to say she's the sheriff is no real sheriff. All right, Tywin would have a field day with her. Yeah, but she's a strong, independent, married woman, by the way. She's married though, so yeah, they go to Ram Ranch, and then you have Hal Jordan here, who's questioning the cowboys, those cowpokes, about what's going on there, and he basically goes, oh, the older guy, I it was a blink and you miss it moment. He basically goes, he has a benefactor who pays for the ranch. Why would you say that?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, they admitted it last week as well.
Did they? That was another thing I forgot. Then
they admitted it last week because he says some dumb shit like, "Hey, we have a benefactor, but I can't tell you who it is because I signed an NDA." And then they basically do the same song and dance again this week, where Hal Jordan's like, "Hey, I'm going to talk over Captain Girlboss. You could tell me who you're like, just throw away your NDA. Tell me who your benefactor is, because I went to the football field and I saw that there were alien detectors." Mm-hmm. And then JD Vance here says, "Yeah, so I told you I'm anti-colonization, like I'm anti-alien. I'm going to shoot you if you don't leave." And then Hal Jordan says, "I'm not going to leave. I'm going to keep asking you questions." And then JD Vance says, "Shoot him." And he says, "No, you're not going to shoot me. I'm going to boom." And then he gets shot. And then that's it.
Which was so dumb, because it's like, you're putting yourself in such an unnecessary position right now. You know for a fact you don't have any charge in the ring, and you're trying to call the bluff. So first of all, wait, let's go the fuck back to last week where you were like, oh, you're a rural Nebraskan, right? So you know that these people believe in private property laws. Yes. You're American. You know all about private property laws. You know, if they say that you got to go, you are now trespassing, and this man has a small militia, and your ring does not work. Why in the holy fuck would you ever even try to test that theory when you see that these are cowpokes?
Yep.
That doesn't make any sense. It makes you a stupid character because you just last week admitted that you know exactly where you are, so why would you then test the rules of the place of where you are?
And then he acts surprised about it too.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, they shot me. Duh, motherfucker, you're trespassing on cowboys' lands. They have machine guns. What did you think was going to happen?"
He points out a sniper tower and is like, "They're going to shoot any trespassers."
He's like, you were here, because I wanted you here, but now you're no longer needed, so you have to go. He's taken away your permission to be on his property. So, like,
despite the fact that
this
is also the guy that this is the guy that put up $200,000 to bail Hal Jordan out, just so that Hal could confirm that they were This show is so stupid.
And this is the same guy that knew that Jon Stewart gave it to his lot lizard wife.
This is wait a minute. This show is so stupid. Wait a second. So this guy paid $200,000 to get Hal Jordan out of jail so that Hal Jordan could confirm that the guy that was arrested was an alien, despite the fact they have the alien detectors to get into the football field.
I think the implication with
there was a line.
Dipper Pine's lawyer, because that's who it is that they worked it out when, like, hey, it's taken care of, you're good to go.
But there was a line. Sheriff Girlboss did say that it didn't work when he went through the the alien detector, which that's a stupid line. Because how does that work? This is very advanced technology. Even Hal Jordan himself says he doesn't see technology like this, and he's been all over the galaxy. So there's no fucking way that it wouldn't have worked on picking up him as an alien.
Yeah, she knows there's aliens in the town. She knows that there's alien detectors in the town. She's aware of things that are going on, but she makes a point to be like, you being here is a problem. You need to let me take the lead because this is my town and I'm the sheriff. You going in is making him more powerful because people are going to look up to him. Lady, there's aliens invading the town. The people
Who gives a
should be
shit about the
worried.
town?
Lady,
cares?
people just not only did people just get shot at a football game, at a high school football game, one of them just blew up the police department. Yeah, they're gonna
That's
be
another
like,
thing. Wait, you would think the town would be more on edge. There was a fucking explosion
There's a
at
bomb.
the, at the police
And
station. Some people were shot at a high school football game, and they're just at the rally, like, "Hey, so
wait,
are we going to
but
have
it's
another football
worse
game?"
than that. If this guy knows, oh my god, this is the stupidest show. If the whole town knows that there's an alien problem and they have alien detectors and she knows about it, then how come last week when Hal Jordan was saying that guy's an alien, why was she saying no, he's not?
because she's the sheriff wizard. This is her town. She's not gonna let some Green Lantern
Wait.
scuff up her moves.
What are we doing?
This is
Unless-
her. She's the sheriff. This is her town.
So,
Why was she so surprised?
So that,
She was
so that means
surprised.
that she either didn't know that there were alien things, and she found that out off screen in between episodes, or she did know and she was being retarded.
I hate mystery box shows because they're staggered like this to make you speculate about what it could be, and then you find out it's just, oh well, some guy was taking a shit. He was sitting on the john while the alien guy snuck by. Like, you know what well, that's the Oreos expired. That's what it was. What? What are you talking about?
I do think I think it's speaking volumes of how, you know, the aliens don't revert back to their original forms. In continuing off of this scene, so Hal Jordan gets shot by the sniper. We cut back to Jon Stewart, who's tied up, and the non-named aliens, who are also all disguised, you know, they're all humans. Basically, is like, hey, you know, we came to you because we trust you. We don't trust Hal Jordan, but there's a manhunter, and manhunters killed they killed our people.
They committed a Holocaust.
They committed a Holocaust.
He did.
They committed. They literally say it. They literally say
They said it.
You know. They did it to our world, and so we're here to do it. We're gonna give you 48 hours to find him, or else we're gonna blow up Nebraska.
Which is like,
Yeah, dude.
what? How was that
And
going
to
to
show-
solve your problem?
And to show you that we mean serious, they have a little like trank gun that they put to his
No,
head.
it's a Persona 3 gun.
It's a Persona 3 gun, and they make him
Persona
see
3 gun.
they make him see the devastation caused by the manhunters on their planet. So he knows that it's serious and that they really need to deal with the manhunters. And then they let him go.
So
And then they let him
they-
go. But we don't see it. We don't see
Yes.
exactly the devastation, which makes me think that they actually did not have a budget for this, and the very few shots that we had is where all of it went. It makes me think that they had a very limited funding for a certain amount of stuff, because you would think that we'd see what the aliens look like or what the devastation of this planet would look like. The fact that they're saving it for later on the line makes me think they did not. Makes me think that they had a bunch of money and they went, wait, you have to do it with this amount. We can't give you more.
All right. Okay, so that's a really good. Let's talk about that really quickly. Do you, in your humble opinions, we're 2 episodes in, do you think this show cost a ton of money? Because I have the projections here.
Oh, for sure.
Are we seeing the special effects on screen? Are we seeing massive
We're not-
CGI and special stuff happening?
We got that one space shot of, you know, Hal Jordan flying in space. That
Guys,
was
we got a
cool.
bird.
This shit could be done by a college student. This could have been shot by a college student. The shots that we're getting here. Okay, this show has a range of $10 to $15 million an episode. So we're looking at a range. The expectation is $80 to $100 million for the season. That's premier television. That's top budget, top of the line budget television right there.
You kind of don't have an excuse at that point. Because this has been in development for a little minute. When they announced
Oh,
Green Lantern, was it
it's been in development for a long time, dude.
It's been a long time since they announced Lanterns.
Or
Yeah,
we have
heck yeah.
we've
Like
gotten
2022,
a-
23? Was it? Around there?
It wasn't long after it was the announcement of the DCU, and then when it was that first wave of project announcements,
Yeah.
and then it was the second wave, and it was the second wave Lanterns was confirmed, and we got the photo of the two of them walking together from the first episode.
Golly.
It's been a long time.
I still think though. We gotta mention again. Remember, Jon Stewart got knocked out. Birdie's still there.
A second time.
Birdie's still there. I still think that I know exactly where this is going to go. These are going to end up being the bad guys. They're probably going to be like some alien race, or there might be the Red Lantern Corps, or they might be, Sinestro's acolytes or something like that. It might be something like that, and they're trying to get the Manhunters because the Manhunters work for the Guardians or whatever. So, it's still going to end up where either way, one of these people are going to end up being the misunderstood villain.
It is very likely. It is very likely that the Manhunters are going to be the misunderstood ones. And they kind of talk about it. The idea is that it's like all it takes is one Manhunter to cause a cascading effect where they all do it. And that's where I don't know if it's either going down the route that the Manhunters are assimilating people or they're creating people to look like people, and the town is all Manhunters. And because they mentioned that it's like, oh, they created life by like some synthetic thing, so they're not people. So that is what this is setting up, and it's now going to be the question of, okay, is it the Manhunters are misunderstood? It's the aliens that are misunderstood. It's clearly not going to be that the people are misunderstood, because humans are always a problem.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be like, all right, pick your poison. Which version is the writer feeling today? Is it these aliens are good, or is it the other aliens are good?
Here's the problem, though. Jon Stewart gets a Persona 3 gun to the head. He starts seizing, and he's supposed to be experiencing the traumatic eradication Holocaust, their words, of this alien species. And yet he gets up after that, and like there is no demeanor shift or change. He's not actually he's not humbled by it. He's not changed by the experience. He's virtually the same. There is no difference before or after having the Persona 3 gun attack. You would think that he would get up and be like, "We need to find the Manhunter now. I feel your pain. You have imprinted upon me," which is what they literally say. They say, "We're going to imprint on you."
Oh,
that's a
screen grab. That's a screen
That's
grab.
a thumbnail, dude.
I gotta get this. I gotta
That's the
get this.
thumbnail, dude.
I gotta get this.
No, the only line we get of him having some form of traumatic experience of this is in the bar where he says he just, he needs to take a breath. That is the implication of him being like, whoa, but we should, when he goes to get a cup of coffee. Because she asks him, oh, is that what you need to get a breath for? And he's like, oh, no.
But we can't, but he should know their identities immediately.
Yeah,
if he's just seen everything about them, he should be more opened to it. So they cannot do a twist of this is actually the Sinestro Corps. You can't do that because he should know that they're Sinestro Corps.
Unless they showed him something that wasn't, exactly what they were saying it was, or it's like a gimmick. Like that's the thing where it's like you can't do this scene and then have him
with that
not
face
shift.
Right.
Well, maybe the reason why they didn't show it to us is because it's not real. It was they made it up, and they're the villains.
But this is again a tell, don't show. Show us what he's seeing. Yes. But then they don't show us anything because he doesn't change his demeanor even a little bit. He doesn't change from this.
So if it was a tell, no show thing, and his whole demeanor shifted, then I could understand why you didn't show it, because the emotion that he's showing is showing us how what he just watched was traumatic and it was changing, and that's why he's on the path of, oh, we got to find this manhunter. But he comes back up the exact same way.
Yeah.
You hit the nail, because it happened in episode 1 with them driving off. You don't see him make a construct. You know, he just gets there and it's fine. But then it's the scene after this, because he's like, all right, I'm gonna go do it. Like, you know, and the catch is, well, if you don't call us in 48 hours with the manhunter, we're gonna blow up Nebraska. Then we cut back to Hal Jordan, who's in the hospital, and he's all bandaged up with
Wait,
the sheriff.
I'm sorry. There's one more thing with that. Okay, so this group of aliens is saying this guy is saying to Jon Stewart, if you don't find the manhunter in 48 hours, we're going to blow up Nebraska. So we're also terrorists that will commit a Holocaust, just like the manhunters.
Well, it's going to save the planet, because only a couple people, whereas it would have been everybody.
Is that Nebraska?
We're going to do a genocide?
Nebraska was promised to them 3,000 years ago. All right, and they're just trying to make sure that they get their property back.
No. Hi, Rumble. We're not on Rumble. But isn't this insane?
Yes,
This makes
insane.
sense.
It's the Freckle Jesus thing, where it's like, we're not bad people, but you just blew up a whole hospital full of people.
Innocent people.
You are bad. You are bad. Yeah. So, you know, he's hey, do what we want or else.
But we continue on with the we tell, we don't show, because it's he's in the hospital.
Yes, and then girl boss lady does more girl bossing.
But girl boss specifically
has the glasses.
So this is the scene where so the core of this scene basically is, I'm the sheriff of this town, and you being here is making things harder, because this place is about to explode and you're just adding to it, so you need to just take a step back, and I'll call you in if I need to. And then Hal Jordan, instead of going, lady, I'm a Green Lantern, and this is a planet-wide issue, this is a galactic issue, I need to do this is my job, he goes, okay, I understand. Okay.
Not, hey, there's aliens in your town, and clearly your family is covering it up. You have to figure out what's going on. Yeah, you know what?
So
you got it. You got it.
So okay, just optics, right? Mass shooting just happened. You're the local sheriff. An explosion just happened at the police precinct. You're the local sheriff. You're finding out that they're like Hal Jordan, the intergalactic space cop, is here. And and he was just shot by your father-in-law's militia, and you're gonna say, hey, stop being a straight white man. It's girl bossing time.
Listen, a white woman is speaking.
Like of all the things that you need to be worried about, you're worried about John or Hal Jordan walking around
Kata, you would respect this? Could you tell me if this ideal didn't come up in like the military? The person who says they're the king is not the king. The person who says they're the leader, who has to tell you they're the leader, is a shit leader.
I could tell you with 100% certainty, everybody that walked around with the superiority complex that this bitch has got ignored. Got ignored. Not only did you get ignored, you got made fun of to your face.
She brings up, because he asked, well, like, whose side are you on? Are you on with Macon or the aliens? And then she doubles back to it and she goes, I'm on my side.
Yes.
She literally says, I'm on my side.
I'm on my side.
I wrote it down in alternating capitalization and lower cases to really harp on the point of how dumb it is.
I'm on my side.
I'm on my side. And then she brings up, so who's Sinestro? And he goes, where'd you hear that name?
How do you know that name?
Why did you say that name?
You said it in your name. you said it in your sleep. You said he, was your coworker, but he killed one of your bosses and he got locked up. So Hal Jordan just exposition dumps in his sleep? Is that
no?
what?
So the thing is, she looked up what happened. So there's things out there. So he's like, "How do you know that name?" It's like, well, obviously either you told somebody or somebody else told, because she just looked that shit up on her phone with her fucking mom glasses. Hold on. That's why she was looking at her phone. She's reading off the Sinestro War, pretty much.
Yep.
She's reading it off. She read
we
that
won't
off and
be able
she's
to-
like,
The Sinestro
friend.
War, which was set up in the 2011 Green Lantern movie, and we were all hoping to see it, is once again not going to be seen in the next Green Lantern project.
which would be
The
a
one
better
thing
show
Green Lantern
anyway.
fans want to see, we will never get.
It would be a better show. It would. Well, actually, no. It'd probably be the Sinestro War started because Sinestro was banging one of the Guardians, and they didn't want it to be public. And he's a sperm lover.
Something that they do say here is that Sinestro kills one of their bosses, implying one of the Guardians. And with the way that this show is going, we are very likely going to have a Sinestro was right storyline.
Yep.
It is
gonna
very.
happen.
We're getting it. It is currently unfolding because. So I don't want to. I don't want to cut, but that's the Hal goes to Sinestro to find out about the Manhunters, and that's a
That's
whole
what's going to
thing.
happen.
That's
That's
why
why
he tells
he's
him
going to
that the
betray
black
crew.
guy is his enemy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the second biggest of your
that's
problems.
the second biggest threat. Your first one is the
Is that black dude?
You know what I could see them doing. It basically is.
It literally is.
Nobody
It literally
thought about
is.
that. It's like, planet killing aliens. That's your second biggest threat. Your first threat, a black man.
Sinestro believes in some older, he believes in some older thought processes.
He's the man.
Sinestro
Ways.
Sinestro doesn't understand why Disney buried Song of the South. Okay, that's the kind of guy that Sinestro is.
He's very stuck in his ways, so to speak. He's he is who he is.
Oh, Jon Stewart is is a what? Yeah, that's kind of how Sinestro's feeling.
Sinestro's like,
no.
John should be in that other core. What was it? The Black Lantern core?
You share a ring? Oh,
Oh no!
he's gonna start fanning himself. Sinestro's about to pull the Southern lawyer towel to dampen that sweat.
He's like, oh, your replacement's a black? Oh, you want one of my rings, huh? I see why you're scared.
My word.
Oh my word! I do declare,
Oh.
a black
Jesus.
man.
What is this call coming to? I say, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
it's a foghorn leghorn now.
There's a reason why we never went to Earth. I say. Dude, you know what I feel like they're gonna end up doing, especially with how what's the Lantern who dies name isn't Adam Sur? What is it?
Abin Sur, yeah.
Abin Sur. I feel like they're gonna do some stupid like Qui-Gon Jinn Dooku thing where they were good friends, and then Sinestro finds out that about what the Guardians did, and then Adam Sur's death is what made him turn. I feel like that's the route we're gonna go.
What's going to happen? They're going to ruin Abin Sur, and they're going to make him a bad guy.
Yes,
That's what's going to happen. That's why he died.
Or it's going to be the reverse of it's the Guardians were the reason why he was killed, and now that's why Sinestro went against them. And that's why Sinestro knows about the Manhunters, is because he knows how truly evil the Guardians were to kill them.
Either
now
way, he's going to be seen as, you know, he was right all along.
Now, we do know that Jon Stewart is going to be in Man of Tomorrow, and he's going to be the Green Lantern. But what that means, likely, is that we're dealing with a Ghost Rider situation where Jon Stewart is going to be, I'm better than all of you. Like, I'm going to reformat the Green Lantern Corps of its corruption and, like, give this ring meaning again. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it's going to be.
Somebody in the chat said, I like the way you construct, boy. Oh, bro, we haven't even gotten to Guy Gardner yet. How are they going to handle Guy Gardner? Like,
we haven't
even gotten to Grandma Lot Lizard today
we haven't
yet.
gotten to Lot Lizard too. So she because she's got him handcuffs. Like, all right, if you gotta back off, let me do my thing. And he's like, okay, I will. And then they're leaving, and then they make a point to show there's no other names on the call sheet on the hospital. There's no one in the hospital.
Nobody.
All of the
Hospital's
equipment
empty.
is still bagged, which is setting up that there are no humans in this town.
Yeah, that everybody's an alien.
Pretty much. That's what they're getting with. Like, he's looking like, what the fuck? Like, you just got MRI machines and everything going on. Like, what's going on here? I'm telling you, it's going to end up where this is a refuge for these aliens, and everybody here is either going to be one of two things. The aliens are in charge, right? And there's going to be like very few humans that are here, but they know that these aliens are in charge and they're cool with it, right? And they're under the protection of these aliens, and or there is only one alien, and you know they're being harbored by the JD Vance guy, and it's going to turn out to be the grandma. You know, lot.
Grandma's an alien.
She's an
There's
alien.
no way she's not.
Either way,
especially with the scene that is up next. And so Jon Stewart finally, after traveling and flying and somehow keeping, I don't know how he got the bird through TSA. You think TSA would allow a green magical bird to get on that plane? No, they'd shut down the whole airport.
He put it in his
That's right.
pocket. They couldn't see it because it's a construct.
So he goes, he gets a cup of coffee, and just so happens that Lot Lizard Grandma is the only other person at this cafe.
That's right.
She's just magically everywhere. He orders a cup of coffee, and then he eventually
did not learn
goes.
his lesson.
She invites him over. It's like, oh, you know, the booths are comfy. He's like, oh, I just need to take a breath. And then he goes over, and this scene is some of the worst dialogue I have heard in a series. Jon Stewart kind of asks, what's the situation? Kind of sounding like if he could get in, if it was a polycule. It sounds like he was trying to get in.
Yeah, he's trying to get in on it.
He's trying to figure out what the dynamic is between Lot Lizard Grandma and
what was the word? Is this
grandfather?
what you do? You know, or y'all you got this kind of relationship? It's like
but we need to cue this up a little bit better because he doesn't have any kind of real relationship with this woman. They met at a bar a couple of nights ago. They hooked up in the car, and then that was it.
So this conversation somebody else's wife, by the way,
found out that it was somebody else's wife. Then we get to this conversation here, and Jon Stewart hits her with one of the cringiest white guy lines, which is along the lines of like, I think you know what you're like. I think you're smarter than everybody else. It's like I think you know what you're doing. Like you're better than everybody else. You don't know this woman. All you know is she's a grandma that steps out on her husband. End of list.
And then he tried to make it seem like the husband was like this like weirdo cuck. You know, he's like, oh, so you do this often? You know, I don't think you really love him. Blah 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 blah. And she's like, oh no, I love my husband. You know, like,
well, no. First, she brings up that she's with him for the security of being with a white man.
A white man with power.
They could do anything. They could be cowboys. They could build castles. You know, it's because of it's because of that, and then it cues him into because she basically talks bad about him, and then he continues about it, and she's like, oh well, actually I do love him though. Yeah, I love him. But I do sleep around because, he's bad because they're evil. But I love him.
It was
Yeah.
such a modern day interaction.
It was lots of modern day isms. He's a simp cuck for this woman, and he wants in on whatever it is that she's putting out. And that's pretty
Yeah.
much it.
Yeah, what was it? White men have the privilege of being eccentric. That was her.
That is
line.
you may not have watched this and be thinking like, oh, maybe we're generalizing. No, they specifically say white men. Like that
White
is the
men
line.
have the privilege of being eccentric. Yep. That was her line. It turned into a white privilege thing and a gender thing as well, because she also mentioned her being a woman as well. She wouldn't be able to do the kind of things that she wanted to, if she wasn't with this white man and if she was a woman. So it's like, more modernity, more modernity, more deconstruction, more hatefulness. It's just like, hey, but if she had said, black men have a privilege of doing whatever they want without consequence, then they'd be like, oh, well, what do you mean by that? So it's just like, it's very weird. It's very weird that we keep doing this racist thing.
And
Now-
then she makes the joke about, well, where's your white guy?
Yeah, she does say that.
Yeah.
She literally says that.
Yeah, where's your white guy in reference to Hal Jordan? I still think this is going to turn out to... Again, we're in episode 2. We're not there yet at the end, and we don't know how things are going to shake out, but I still think this is going to turn out to be a J.D. Vance, Usha Vance allegory. That's kind of where they're leading with. This is very... I mean, they literally have the guy talking about colonization and immigration. There's the immigration allegory in there. There's the ICE allegory that could be made here. I really think this is going to turn out to be a J.D. Vance thing. They're literally dunking on white people in this conversation about how corrupt and evil this guy is. Like, she's stepping out on him and all. And it's specifically framed in a way to emasculate him, to emasculate the Macon. So who, as of right now, has killed some aliens. Like, that's pretty much it. I mean, that's what we got going on. We've got a mass shooting. We got aliens. Some dead are dead. I think this is gonna be a Vance allegory. But let's keep going. Let's get to the end.
Sorry,
of this
look
Let's
at
just
this.
shotgun it.
Look at
Let's
this
shotgun
fucking.
it.
Look at this suit, dude. Like,
Doo-doo.
you expect me even okay. I think that the Injustice games, they're okay story-wise, but they have terrible outfits. Even the Injustice game had a better Green Lantern suit than this.
Well, this is also faded and kind of ruined because it's an allegory on the it's reference to how much they hate the suit. They hate
Yeah.
the suit.
They put brown on a Green Lantern suit.
Doo-doo suit.
They
It's
put
doo-doo suit.
brown. God,
It's
damn,
doo-doo
dude.
suit.
All right, but yeah, let's
It-
shotgun this shit.
There is something. The chat said it, and I completely forgot. The sheriff directly mentions trying to avoid having Macon cause an insurrection.
Yes.
You can't tell me this isn't a
Yes.
Vance allegory now.
Yes.
You're right.
Which
You're right.
which ties to what I said earlier, in that I think we are going to get a Gaston-esque scene of grab your pitchforks and knives, and
Yeah.
that's where it's going to be they're going to fully button that suit up of being like, oh yes, you know
it's
what
a-
this is supposed to be.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be a JD Vance MAGA anti people, whatever
Well,
it
there's
is.
no way you can even refute it just off of what they said in this episode. Just how they start talking about the gender and race thing. I mean, I wouldn't be
I mean,
surprised if
it's-
they went that way.
It's so on the nose that they would have an Usha Vance allegories talking about eccentric white people and how she's not, oh, I love my husband, but I'm stepping out on him. And I was talking to a friend about this earlier, and the real tell is going to be if Macon like humps a couch. That's going to be like the final tell is if they have him humping a couch. It's going to be like, I get it. You get it? It's just supposed to be JD Vance. Isn't it funny?
You know, it doesn't make more sense now after this episode. All right, they had the guy in the first episode, and they were interrogating him. They didn't trust Hal Jordan, but you'd think that, like, okay, if he's still the Green Lantern, though, why would have the alien went straight to, well, I'm just going to blow up this town?
What do you mean?
Like, if his whole thing was that it's like, I'm here to find the Manhunter, wouldn't blowing up the town still not, like, you're making it worse for you? The likelihood of that getting the Manhunter is like it was that whole scene was just dumb now.
Everything about the show is dumb.
But also, like, okay, if they didn't trust Hal Jordan, it would still be like, hey, well, you're Green Lantern, you need to do, like, especially with the whole vengeance thing, like, it just doesn't, none of it makes sense.
All it did was put the alien on high alert to hide. That's all you did.
Look, all I know is if I was trying to like script to do this solo, again, I would have had a stroke by now. This is not, you are not meant to actually have real explanations to this. Like mystery box, the way that they're writing this mystery boxing crap is meant to drive you insane. Because then you find out it was meaningless. So you were all excited. Haha, there was nothing behind it. It's a veneer of stories.
You know what? It also doesn't have good rewatchability. You know what I mean? Like, say what you want about True Detective, right? Like, yeah, it was one of those things where it was a mystery and you're trying to figure out the overarching thing, but every episode still had its way of being contained while still pushing the plot forward of the overarching mystery that's happening right now, you know? Also, the best example I can think of is Daredevil, where Daredevil, every single episode is a bottle episode, but it still ties into the grander scheme of what is happening. You know, like, you could rewatch that show again and again and again. Even OG Game of Thrones, you can watch it again and again because it's bottle episodes that tell you good writing, but it also, like, the story of the episode is all good, but it ties into the overarching story. This is just, the only way to make this have any kind of logical sense in order for it to actually be good is if you watch it all at once and it all somehow ties together. But just based off of what we're seeing so far, it's not going to. Like, you can't even get something that you established right at the beginning of your episode. Hey, keep the bird alive if you concentrate. And then you have the nigga pass out 4 times. That doesn't make any sense. It's
also
like
all for them to be like, he doesn't have to concentrate because he's just powerful. Like, he's that powerful. He didn't need to concentrate like you.
So stupid. It's like the Acolyte, where it's like, oh, you know, a Jedi cannot be killed by blah, 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 blah. But literally at the beginning of the episode, you killed a Jedi that way. It's like, dude, these people I don't think they think 5 steps ahead. I really don't think they do that, bro. I don't think they look at any kind of logical thing. Like, I don't think they do it.
No, this is bad. It is bad.
This scene is a perfect example.
Yes.
He brought the suit, right? Just to bring the suit. But it turns out him bringing the suit was necessary for what Hal Jordan does next. So if he hadn't brought the suit, would Hal Jordan have just, went in his fucking plain clothes or something like that? Like, no, it's because he brought the suit. So had he not brought the suit, like, what the... And wait, you know what? Whatever. Wait, no, I have to mention it.
Yeah,
because he goes, "Oh, where did you hear that word? You know, the Manhunter thing, right?" And it's seeming like he knows who the Manhunters are, but no, you go to Sinestro to figure out what they are. You know, so it's like, why were you so giddy and weird about it? Like when he said manhunters, if you don't even know who they are for real. What is it? Just like bedtime stories that the lanterns tell each other?
I think that scene of him saying it is because it's like, okay, only even if someone like Hal only knows this little, how does this guy know who's only worn the ring twice now? How did you hear the word manhunters? Because now clearly, clearly something had to have been intercepted, but it still is that whole the dialogue that comes from that is dumb. So this scene basically is Hal's sitting outside with his arm, and then
Because he was shot.
and Lot Lizard drops off. He drops him off.
I'm surprised he didn't do a joke like, "Did you hit that again?" Like I was expecting that. You know, I was expecting Hal Jordan to do a Hal Jordan joke, and he doesn't do it. So the one moment where you could have had him go, "Hey, did you fuck that lady again? You didn't do it. Good job."
Well, maybe we don't know. Drove him home. We don't
So
know what happened
now-
in between then.
So there's a little bit of a tiff here where Jon Stewart is like, yeah, I'm back, and what's the deal with the Manhunters? And there are some aliens here that are going to blow up Nebraska. We have 48 hours. And Hal Jordan says, 48 hours? And Jon Stewart goes, yeah, 48 hours. Okay, cool. I brought your suit. Yeah, that's dumb. They shot me. Okay, that's also dumb. I was able to keep the little birdie active for the entire time, by the way. And you know, they told me I was special, but from you, I can't even get a hoorah. That's literally a line.
And then he gives.
He
That's
and then he gives-
literally a
that.
line.
He literally
he-
said that.
He gives a sarcastic hoorah. And something that also happens is he quickly shotguns doing the recharge sequence where he literally rushes through it. There is no time to do like this cool scene of him recharging it, of him saying the oath.
Well, no, because they're mocking it, Tom.
They're
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
that-
They're
I'm- that's what
literally
I'm-
mocking it.
We couldn't. Also, the design for the lantern is
power
so
battery
stupid
is
looking.
terrible.
The power battery is
Yeah,
terrible.
It looks weird. It looks like
it
one of
looks-
those old lanterns. It doesn't look cool.
It looks sub something that you'd get at like one of the parks. It looks worse than what they would have at Six Flags.
Yeah, it looks like a Six Flags toy. Like you'd buy it at Six Flags. Like it looks like cheapy plastic.
I think it's worse than that. But he quickly shotguns it. It could have again. There are moments in this where it would be in an actual good show. It would be like, oh, this is the scene of like the two connecting, because you think he'd actually show him. Oh, this is how you recharge the ring. This is the does Jon Stewart even know the oath?
No. Well, we don't know.
Who knows?
They haven't
It's a
confirmed
mystery
if
box.
he does or not. It's a mystery box.
You know, you're supposed
Don't
to
ask
have theories
questions.
and things. You know.
Don't ask questions. Consume product.
So they go off to bed, but then Hal Jordan quickly puts the suit on, and he shoots into space, and he goes to space prison, and he goes and he talks to Sinestro. Goes to space prison, and he's like, Sinestro, tell me everything you know about the Manhunters. And Sinestro's like, oh, not even a hello? How are you? And then he's like, hey, how are you? Now tell me the F about the Manhunters. And it's supposed to be this, oh, he's talking back to him and it's cool, but it is like a 12-year-old wrote it of like, and then he says the F word back to him. Oh, like that
And
is.
then Sinestro goes,
and
yeah,
then-
but you should be worried about that black dude.
Yeah. That's not even. Yeah,
That's
manhunters, please. You got to be worried about these blacks. All right.
That's the second biggest problem. Now
Yeah,
tell
the
me about.
Manhunters are the second biggest problem. Now tell me about Jon Stewart.
Now tell me about Jon Stewart.
Yeah.
I say, he's a whoa.
Green Lantern Unchained. All right, let's go. It's good. Yeah, and that's the episode, man. We end
That's
off
episode 2, baby.
We
That's
end
it.
off with Hal Jordan and Sinestro looking like they have some history that the show is probably not even going to make as interesting as it should be, because this is a pretty good dynamic between these two characters. And yeah, there it is.
Their boyfriend,
Yeah,
boyfriend.
That's it. That's it. That's the episode. That's episode 2.
That's
Which for
episode
some
2.
reason people are saying this show is good. I just want somebody who watches the show and you're a normie to use any bit of critical thinking for once. Like, we showed that Hal Jordan is an idiot. He had a metal pipe, a tire iron, and he walks up and pulls off the plastic part of his car to walk through a metal detector. The show is stupid, dude. It's dumb. It really
It's trashy dog poo, man. There's just,
It's
I mean,
dumb.
literally, the suits look like doo-doo. So, that's
I don't
it,
know.
dude.
I don't know how somebody's watching this going, this show's so good. Oh my god. Hey, later. Hey, they're
It's-
cooking.
It is the
My wife's
the
boyfriend says that this is really good.
It is the individual who was gifted the Nintendo Switch 2 by their wife's boyfriend. It is the individual who is full neckbeard and seal clapped at the Gotham joke. It is.
Oh, yeah, we forgot,
we know
Sheriff
who
Lady.
likes this.
Sheriff Lady also said she was from Gotham. Clap for
Yeah.
reference. They brought
Which
up
means that
Momo.
she's
Clap
not an
for
alien.
reference.
If
Yeah.
she's from Gotham, it's less likely that she's an alien.
Yeah, and that's why she's so afraid, because she knows about the aliens. But it's like, oh, you're from Gotham, and they didn't even mention Batman. Why would you? Why the fuck would you even bring that up?
Because Clayface is active in Gotham, bro. We don't need Batman. We got Clayface over in Gotham. It's all good. It's all good, man.
Yeah.
All right, boys.
Stupid. The show's fucking
Boys.
dumb. I can't.
We
get it.
We got some people out here waiting. We got to get to the people.
Shout out
Right.
Green Lantern. Shout out to the Lanterns. Which we didn't even show the intro to the show where they do the logo pan, and it's like the most boring shit ever. And it also looks like poop.
Also, the recap is literally just them dunking on Hal Jordan. It is a
Yes,
quick cut of
literally.
them continuing to be like, he's a loser. He's not nice. He's mean.
He's alone.
Yeah.
It's like a Kino Casino setup for their next
Yes.
quartering episode.
Yes. He's alone. He's a loser.
sucks.
He's a
a
loser.
loser.
He only cares about himself.
He can make animal constructs. Whoa, buddy!
Yeah.
That's so stupid. This show sucks.
Kata, coming in on your channel. This is a good
Shout
one
out
here.
to Jason Nelson with a 2 says real life fake wizard would be cool channel to it. Real life fake wizard? That's crazy. At least it's wizard. All
Yikes.
right. Could have been
Do I
worse.
need to copyright that? Do I need to get the .com on that?
Oh,
Damn,
man.
dude. Shout out
to
Jason.
Setlick with the 200 jewels, putting some sunshine in the chat. We needed that because we were talking about lanterns and it's all pretty dark. Corn reacts with a 10. Says, I don't feel like she's a girl boss only because she's mad and competent and Jordan doesn't listen to her anyway. I feel we'll see the real girl boss later when we see the Guardians, Laura Linney. That is a good point,
Yo.
actually.
Cooking with that one.
That is a good point, actually.
So we have Captain Girl Boss, and then we're gonna get Guardian Girl Boss. It's like, no, I'm the real girl boss of this show. Man.
Like, I could have came in my short blue, form, which would look really cool. But no, I need to be a white woman,
But what if they
White
team up?
woman.
What if
an
they team
older
up and
white
get
woman.
She's
gonna
clearly a
team
bad
up
guy.
with the sheriff, and they're gonna have a girls get it done scene.
Oh, please. Please.
She's gonna lift up a log and be like, "What's the point of doing all those bloody push-ups?" That's what's gonna. Fucking hell, dude! There's no limits to how stupid this will get.
Nope. No, there isn't. Dawnbreaker for 5 says they're also going after Korean entertainment, Shift Up, the studio behind Stellar Blade, and Nikki just hired
Okay.
Nikkei just hired ex Sony DEI and censorship head.
Yes, they did.
Yikes.
Yes, they did.
We gotta wait and see how that plays out because I saw something recently that all across LinkedIn, people are in all different industries, not just in entertainment. People are removing any reference of DEI from their LinkedIn's profiles now. So that's
they
like
are.
business wide. It's not just entertainment. KB Hugs for 499 says, so the closet racist writing this show make it so he can't fly rather than not being able to swim. Hal literally threw him in the pond last episode. Did he get thrown in the pond?
Did you get thrown? I don't think he got thrown in a pond.
No,
When
he
did
got
he get
he
thrown?
got thrown off a
through
cliff.
A fucking
got thrown-
ravine,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, the guy not being able to imagine himself flying, that's like, are you also dumb?
That's crazy.
I'm really trying to get it through. I think he says a line about the bird. It's like, oh, like, you know, what about a bird is in the subconscious? You know, why'd you construct that? How much do you want to bet that it's gonna be that the military father either had a bird and the dad killed it, or the dad made him kill his bird?
Oh yeah, it'll be something stupid like that.
Or the bird could represent his mom who flew away from his abusive dad.
Oh,
You know, because that's, you know, symbolism. You know, it's like poetry because it rhymes.
It's like poetry. It rhymes.
yeah, like my bowel movements.
Hold on a second. I see somebody in the chat says, then why do you keep watching if it makes you miserable? You guys are whiny bitches, not even men. You girls should band together and go write fucking trash like the Critical Drinker Rogue Elements.
Well, that's
Well,
just sexist.
Well, that's kind of crazy. I thought I was a man.
That's sexist.
Look, I look.
That's
That's
a
not
little
cool,
sexist.
man.
That's extremely sexist of you.
Why
Yeah.
would you say
Not
that,
gonna
bro?
lie, dude.
I have feelings. Jesus.
Yeah,
Hey, I just hope that you leave a like, and we're doing this stream because everybody that's watching the stream enjoys it.
Hey,
Well, I guess I
there's-
have to give up everything now. They disagreed with me.
Yeah, they
There's
don't like
12
the fact that I don't like anything, so I should probably
There's-
stop doing that.
and there's 1,200 people watching right now around the world. So
Yeah, well,
you said
hey, I hope
Thank you
you
for
have a
watching,
better
though.
night than we did. You know, watching this show.
watching
you know.
this stuff. But hey, we got to hang out with all you guys, and that's awesome too.
Yeah.
Uh,
And see
Let's see,
that?
Dawnbreaker-
See that, people? That's how you handle hate comments. Don't be a bitch.
Dawnbreaker for 5 says, why not just take a finger instead of the entire body? And why go after Earth and Hal when neither had anything to do with the creation of Manhunters? You're asking the right questions. Well, because they wanted to they wanted to destroy the car so that they could make a funny haha about.
Yeah, literally.
I hope Jon Stewart got insurance on the car that Hal Jordan is going to destroy because Hal Jordan's an asshole.
Plus,
That's kind of it.
I will have to give it some credit because they did say in the last episode that, you know, Auburn Sur isn't even supposed to be around this planet because it's a backwater planet. So
Yup.
that's why the Manhunters are probably there because nobody's looking there. They're not even supposed to have lanterns. So it's like, okay. Sure.
Chef Eddie for a 5 says, you guys haven't figured it out yet. John is also the name of the good guy Martian Manhunter. It's the Martha thing all over again. Save John.
I'd
You know
cry
they would
laughing.
pull something. They would do that. They would do
That'd
that,
be
man.
that'd be fucking hilarious.
Save John. Yeah.
One Suit Senpai for a 5 says, did you guys like anything about it? I think that's a good question. And I would say, what's his name? Ulrich Thompson? Is that his name? Ulrich Thompson. Yeah, Ulrich Thompson is a good casting to play Sinestro.
Yeah.
The guy they cast for Sinestro would be a great Sinestro if they did it
Sinestro looks
authentically.
cool. He looks
I-
cool.
I don't hate the actors they casted for Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart, I hate the writing for them.
Yeah.
I think so something that I left after this episode was the sensation that this very much could have worked if the writing wasn't so abysmal and hateful to you as a viewer. Everything in this could work and could actually be satisfying. I still do think that it is a thing where if you're going to do a Lantern show, it should be a space cop show, not in Nebraska. But I think there is a sensation that there's things about this that could have worked. The elements were there to actually make a good show. You just shat the bed.
I think that the actors are good.
I think the actors are there, and I think that the story of, all right, the Lanterns are hunting down manhunters, like, could work. It's just you did it in a horrible, piss poor way. And I think the best thing about it is that we get to then spend this time talking to all you guys about how bad it is, and this is fun.
Dawnbreaker 5 says, I don't like them black folk too much, Hal. They got a look about them that doesn't sit right with me, you hear? Sinestro, probably.
They keep taking all our drops.
See,
showing up to work late.
Sinestro, all of Sinestro's scenes now need to be accompanied by a harmonica in the background. Really, really
Just really dig it in, huh?
Really, that Southern mentality.
The Mighty Dork for a 2 says, Miss No Man escapes the Manhunter's bed.
Jeez, that's
Thank you for that.
Green Gilf Hunter.
Larry for a 2 says, Brown Pampers. I mean, hey, the suit is ugly, man. That's a bad suit. Dawnbreaker for 5 says, so far, they want us to hate the guy who killed some aliens that want to blow up an entire state. He's evil how? Well, it's Kay to put it right. It's Freckled Jesus from, which is the craziest name for this character. It's Freckled Jesus from Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It's exactly what it is all over again, but just this time with aliens. KB Hugs for a 199 says, hail the Fargo ripoff sheriff and Grandma Lizard. They are, it's what they're trying, man. And then Kata, these are over on your channel.
Oh God, it's Eric Jenkins. Eric Jenkins threw a treat, and then I'm pretty sure he threw another treat.
Then he threw another treat.
I don't know what the dog treat thing is all about, but it just keeps happening. Don't get it.
Boys, that brings us to the end of this week's episode roundup of Lanterns. We made it 2 episodes in. Guys, there are still 6 more weeks of this. I don't know, man.
6 more episodes of this stupidity.
I don't know.
6 more.
I think what I was nervous that this episode was just going to be a boring slog. And I'm a little bit more excited that if this week, first week we had, all right, Jon Stewart sleeps with Lot Lizard Grandma, and now episode 2 is he goes back to Lot Lizard Grandma. That means that this show has not shown the full range of how bad it is going to get, and I am excited to see it.
Grace Randolph says you got to hang in there. After the 4th episode, apparently this show goes crazy.
Oh wow! After 80% of the show, it actually starts to get good.
We are climbing. We have to
survive
Mount Everest.
3 more weeks to get to the top of Mount Everest here. Yes.
Okay.
But with that, Kata, what you got going on this week, bro?
Unfortunately, I have to, because I keep putting it off because I can't finish the movie. I have to finish the American Society of Magical Beggars video for some reason. I was told to watch this movie and it's god awful. I don't watch movies and stop watching them because I just want to keep going. I have to stop for mental breaks. So yeah, that video is coming, and then we just got other videos that are coming. I'm playing Mortal Shell on the channel too. That's been fun.
Dude. Those streams have been awesome.
Mortal Shell 2 is awesome. It is frustrating as well. As
Yeah, but you
well,
made me
yeah.
want to get that game. Like now, after
It's-
watching your streams, now I want the game.
Yeah, it's a pretty fun game. I'm not gonna lie. It's
Yeah.
one of the best games I played this year. So yeah, just subscribe to the channel. You know, we got regular stuff going on, and yeah.
Shout out, bro. Tom, what do we got going on this week?
We got Fake Wizards doing the reviews over there. Every day we're trying to hit a review. We had 2 drop today, one of which was about an actual good series that you should check out. So you should check out the
Yes.
review, but then also check out that series because it's crazy. We have things like Lanterns coming out, but there is still good media. It's just very hard to find right now. But there is
Yeah,
still
we-
good things out there. So we're working on that. Wednesdays we got the fake show.
Fake show.
We've been doing Saturday. We do our fake cast. So we got tons of content here to look out for. So check it out.
Check it out. And guys, subscribe to Kata's channel. Subscribe here on Fake Wizards Live, and also subscribe to Fake Wizards. We got a lot of stuff dropping. Dropping in right at the end. Mushroom Madam for 5 sends in a super sticker, and I don't know what the sticker is, but thank you for sending it in. YouTube just crashed over here. I can't see it.
Gotta love it.
We're still live, but I can't see the chat on the YouTube side. And then Dawnbreaker sends in a 2 and says, Wizard Man and Sorcerer Boy away.
Wizard Man
Just
and
like-
Sorcerer Boy away. Yeah.
There we go. All right, everybody. That's going to do it for us here. Stick around. Fake Wizards, we're going to raid Derek Anderson. Until next
I'm
time,
going-
guys.
Yeah, we're all going to the
Oh,
DA.
cool. All right. So everybody
Stick
stick around. We're
around.
going to go raid the DA. And
Hell yeah.
we'll see you next time, y'all. Until then, create, innovate, inspire, and cancel Disney Plus. All right, night, everybody.
Be safe. Peace.
Good night.